Sorry for the dropped frames.
But if it does drop again, Gordon Ramsay is streaming apparently, so I'm gonna go find his stream. Yeah.
In creative, he's cooking.
I'm looking.
On stream.
Oh my gosh! I'm
awesome.
Never gonna stop. I'm not. I hope he mods me. Let's see. I follow him on Gordon Ramsay. Let's see.
Sniper saying Gordon Ramsay and StarCraft are ruining the poker. It could be Gordon Ramsay streaming on Twitch. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I think we might have to shut the stream down and go check out Gordon Ramsay. Guys, we are on break now, so hopefully we got all of the issues sorted out. Twitch was gave me an idea of how we could change the stream configuration just now. Tried a different ingest server up in San Jose, which has a little bit less jitter. I don't know what it means.
He's going live. He's visiting somebody live. I don't know where he's at, but
that's cool.
I'm gonna share it.
So yeah, we're gonna be back up, and hopefully everything's fine now. The rebuy period has stopped. We're gonna go ahead and get the add-on, and then a 5-minute break, and we're looking pretty good. It looks like 11 players have chosen not to go ahead and take that double add-on. We got a little bit lucky with that Ace King versus the tens, but here we are with more than starting stack, looking pretty good, guys. I think that I feel good about tonight's stream. I think that we're probably going to go ahead and make it to a final table. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. Let's take a look and see what we're going to end up.
You were talking about add-ons and rebuys, the difference between them. So do you want to give a quick, brief?
Yeah. So
refurb, and then
you know what?
You guys are gonna have to ask the questions again because I lost them as well. So
or better yet, just go ahead and Google it. You know what? I gave like a good 4-minute explanation, and the more I think about it, the more it's just like, this has probably been covered a lot. So just know that a rebuy is usually tournaments have a certain amount of time that you can rebuy. If you go bust, you buy back in for the same amount of chips as the starting stack. Sometimes you can do a double rebuy where you buy back in for the same amount of chips as the starting stack times 2. So in this, you can do a double rebuy. If I went broke before the rebuy period was over, I could have paid $50 for a 4,000 stack, or I could have paid $100 for an 8,000 stack. The difference between a rebuy and add-on is the add-on happens at the very end of the rebuy period, and then generally it's going to give you an opportunity to get more chips than you would for just a traditional buy-in or rebuy. So it's really important to go ahead and get that add-on equity, because we just saw, I just took the add-on. So for the $50, we got 8,000 chips, which the first 8,000 we spent $100 on. Now we get this add-on for another 50, and getting the same amount of chips. So it's basically like it's a steal. And we also had Moose Admin asking, what do I think my ROI is in these MTTs? I think that that probably also dropped. I think that my ROI in this tournament is probably about 40%, which means that every single $50 investment that I put into this, I'm getting $20 back. We put $150 into this. I would expect to get $60 in expected value back, meaning if we played this tournament 1,000 times, every single week, 50 weeks a year for 20 years, I think that we'll probably show a profit of $60,000. Probably actually a little bit more, since it's not really a $150 tournament. This is probably more like a $200 tournament. So that's kind of where I put it, about a 40% ROI. I think that if you can sustain a triple-digit ROI live, that puts you, and I think that my ROI live is probably pretty close to triple digits, if not over triple digits. But I think that online you don't have the same kind of online reads. The edge is a little bit small. The edge is a little bit smaller online. I think that if you have a triple-digit ROI online, chances are that 1, you play really great poker, and 2, you also have gotten a little bit lucky to have a triple-digit ROI, meaning that your slugging percentage is probably unsustainable over the long term. I think that 60% is probably going to be about, once you get in 10,000, 50,000 tournaments online, that's probably going to be about the extent of what you can sustain. after you get out of the micro levels. I mean, because I think that if you're playing $3 tournaments, then you might be able to sustain 100, like a triple digit ROI. Guys, we're gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get myself a little drink. Thanks for bearing with us as we had those dropping frame issues. We'll be back in 1 minute. So, now the real tournament starts, you guys. Now, if someone's tournament life is done, they're out. We're 10 out of 36. I would think that this tournament probably starts paying at the final table. It's 8. Let's take a look. 5 places pay, so you can get to the final table and still not get money in this thing. 6th place tonight would get nothing. Let's go ahead and take a look at the prize pools. I'll go ahead and put them up in the corner. Definitely worth winning. 2,000 up top, which also actually means that this tournament is a little bit. The prize pool for this tournament is actually a little bit less than a couple of the $30 rebind add-ons that we've played this week. What just happened?
Are you still on?
Here we go. Yeah, we're still on. Not dropping any frames.
Okay.
Everything's going well. I'm gonna have to look at some of these rebind add-on tournaments. Maybe jump into them if we get a little closer to the end period for them. Ace-6 off. We'll make the fold, you guys.
And is the add-on period still going here? Or no, it's not. Or not the add-on, the rebuy?
No more add-on period.
No
We're
rebuy?
done. No more rebuys. No more
Okay,
add-ons.
I just was kind of got lost. And so there's 36 people left now. Right? And the top pay is 2,000. Buckaroonies.
And Garfield.
Oh, Garfield made us. Garfield's the one. Blame Garfield. No. Thank you, Garfield, for your donation.
Yeah, Garfield,
I didn't know.
thanks for the donation.
Did he say something?
Yeah, let me read his last donation. He said, "I'm going to staple the fist bump patch to my forehead.
No.
Pound represent." And
you can glue it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that probably a tattoo would look cleaner. Garfield, no. Tell you what, man. Please don't staple it to your forehead. You know, I'm sure it's a joke, but it's the internet. You never know. Gosh, it feels like a call. It feels so nitty to make the fold. I just feel like there's nowhere really to go with it. If we were just against cash plays, then we'd probably make the call and see a flop. But having money ERA kind of spoils that plan, and I'd like to have something more to bring to the table than King 2 offsuit. Even like King 2 suited, I'm probably going to make the call. some sort of bigger, like a king nine. I'm probably definitely going to make the call. And yeah, Checkered Karma, ROI stands for return on investment. It's not really a poker term. It's more just like a financial investment term. And it just basically means what percentage of your investment do you expect to get back. It doesn't mean that you're going to get it back. It means that if you could make that same bet, that same investment over and over and over infinity amount of times, that is what the actual return would converge on. Um, 609 asking if I was successful with cashing out on the NPGO account. I mean, I don't know that I would call it successful. We're going to make the call here, you guys. I wouldn't say that it was successful, 609, since we lost money buying into VMA, buying into Vintage, but we were able to sell all the cards and get some tickets that I'm still just like sitting on. I still have like 933 tickets because MTGO traders didn't really feel like paying more than 90 cents a ticket. Card Hoarders now is up to 94 cents a ticket, which is about the right price. So I've got probably going to be buying, probably selling them to them. Fish on Tilt. What do you do with this? I kind of feel like we're probably looking at like an Ace King, Ace Queen here. And I like my hand, you guys. He makes a re-raise. Making a re-raise, which basically means that there's, 4 hands we have to worry about here. Aces, kings, queens, and ace jack. I guess we kind of have to worry about 6s and 3s for a set. We kind of have to worry about jacks, and then everything else we're just kind of crushing. I think that the way that we're probably going to play this is making a call and see what he does. So a 4 of spades hits. If he was on a flush draw, if he was on the flush draw, now we're well behind. But we're still probably going to have 9 outs. I just don't think he was on a flush draw, especially with that really, really quick shove. I don't know, guys. Remind me again why I don't think he's got aces or kings or queens. Well, we've got a king, so kings is pretty unlikely. Aces or queens could happen. Queen, jack, jack 10, maybe. I mean, he's under the gun. But fish on tilt, he's also been really aggro. I'm going to make the call here. Pocket 5s. Ah, Jesus. So he hits... He hits a 6.
Damn.
He's got 8 outs there for a huge...
That's lame.
Huge one. That was pretty brutal right there.
Insane.
That was pretty brutal. Fish on tilt.
So...
So Fish on Tilt just tried to donate his whole stack to us. And we gladly accepted. Instead, he was able to snag an 8 outer. He caught a draw on the turn, so he ended up putting half of his stack in with a 2 outer, and then the rest of it in with an 8 outer. And that was a pretty brutal beat, you guys. It was a tough call to make because he was representing a bigger pocket pair. But the more I thought about it, the more I was watching him play, the more I just thought, you know what, this guy's just a bull. This guy's just putting his head down and trying to push me off top pair with a second nut flush draw with a smaller pocket pair. You know, and that's exactly what he had. So that was pretty brutal. I wish that didn't happen, because if you look at the lobby, that would have put us right there at the top in second place. Actually, Bobby McLeod just ended up getting a real nice pot. So at the time, that would have actually put us in first place. Now, instead, we're sitting here at pretty close to the bottom after that one. Pretty brutal hit, and really, really ugly. Fish on tilt. I hope that like somewhere he's just like so happy, because I'm not happy right now. So B Wild Poker says the stream went down when I asked before. I play this 7500 chip 10-minute level MTT on Bovada, and for some reason I suck at this tourney, and I always end up shoving and never making the money. As in, I feel the blinds are too fast. What strategy should I have? I mean, it's always okay to just not play it. You know, if you don't feel like you are winning in the tournament, don't play it. You know.
How does that look, Russ? Dutch. How does that look?
I wonder what Wolf 51's talking about. He deserved to get punished for the way he played it. Is he talking about the way that I got him to commit his whole stack with 12%? I mean, is that what he's talking about, or is he talking about something else? Who knows? Okay, mute.
Just my sad face.
So I will go ahead and mute Wolf 51.
Hey, are you on mute right now? Are you muting today?
We'll go ahead and look at the info. What do we do here with pocket fours, less than 20 bigs now? It's stupid fold.
Do you want to... I'm whispering you a question. She just wants a treat. I can give you a treat. Wait, what?
Yeah, I'll send a fist bump patch to Norway for to Garfield, of course.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I was...
You just donated $25. I think that we can cover postage to Norway. Oh my gosh, I'm really irritated right now. Oh, and it just happened. We just get to watch this just brutal beat. Now, how's he saying? Dutch drinking milk? Swap that out for some coffee, man.
Somebody, or you're on mute?
I'm not on mute. I'm fine. Oh. And you're not on mute. I don't know what you're whispering to me.
That's why you whisper.
So Jake 4 poker, it was actually an 8-outer, not a 6-outer. He had 3 outs on either end of the straight, not 8 outs because a flush doesn't help him, but he also had a set of 5s that he could have hit. So it was actually an 8-outer. Yeah, Gore Fresh. It wasn't 10 outs. Keep in mind that I had the King of Spades in my hand. So you can't count those. You can't count those straight out. Those two spade straight outs as outs for him because he could make it straight and I make it my flush. So it was actually exactly 8 outs. Ugh. Pretty brutal. Poker's like that, you guys. This is just it. You got to embrace the variance, right? You got to just you got to enjoy the ride. You got to enjoy the lows.
Enjoy the... Hey, look.
It's not going to be a comeback if you don't start really low.
How does that look, Dutch?
Let me take a look.
At me.
Were you doing a frowny face when that thing happened? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Why is that?
Because she's needling me, man. She's just sitting here clowning me when I'm just losing, losing and losing and losing. Look at yeah.
Sad.
Oh, you look so sad. You look so sad there. Okay, let's get it in there.
Come on, chip it a chair, Dutchie.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, you've done this before.
Oh, of course. It can't be a comeback if you have if you don't have
they know,
less than 20 bigs.
They know your reputation.
Yeah, look at that. So we had Oh Sweet Limp, we had Prudence go ahead and make a raise, and we just increased our stack by 33% without having to fade a flop, which is just fine with us. Just fine with us.
Hold on, Jimbo. I'll give you a treat in a minute. Let me do my job.
And Matt 316 talking about a hand he just tweeted. Do you have the phone? I'll take a look at it for you, Matty Matt.
Catch. Just joking.
I just scratched my forehead up in my in my grief. In my grief.
In your grief.
Jacks versus sixes. Nice hand there, Oh Swede. Getting down really, really low. Then he just... Okay, let me take a look here. Let me take a look at this hand here, Matty Matt, and see if there's anything I can do. Let's go ahead and make the fold here. Checkered Karma, thank you very much for saying so. I look forward to it too. In this one, though, we wouldn't actually be in the money at the final table. It's 5 or better make the money in this one. Loading it up here, Matty Matt. Let me take a look at what's going on. So we're looking at 1K, 2K with antes. You got the ace 10 suited. Villain calls 2,000. Okay, so open limps there with the king queen. I'll make the fold here. You isolate 7,000, 6,100 looks great. Great amount. Very nice sizing. And the villain calls you, which is okay. The flop comes out. Ace 10 3. So you flop 2 pair. You fire out the same amount, which is just beautiful. He raises you, you call, and that's going to be that. I don't think that you played that wrong at all. You know, he actually had quite a few outs, but there's a you're still ahead of his flush draw. You know, he's got a 12 outer. You're still ahead of that by a little bit with your top 2 pair. So it looks good every step of the way. 609 is exactly right. Matty Matt looks good every step of the way, just unlucky. And the limp by King Queen suited is ugly. I agree. King Queen suited really needs to be just raising.
I'm gonna give Gina a little treat. Come here, baby. You cry, baby. I stubbed my toe.
Oh, that looked like it hurt. So, good old Kevin saying, Dutch, I love your stream, but you'd never think there was such a thing as variance, the way you get so upset every time you lose. I actually felt like I handled that one pretty good old Kevin. I thought that, you know, we've seen me get pretty upset on the stream. Okay, it never gets easier to lose. I'm trying to get better at it. I'm trying to get better at handling it. I do think that cutting the coffee actually did help a little bit.
She just wants toys.
Poker Mindset Coach asking a good question. Dutch, we talked about 100 buy-ins for bankrolls. Do pros actually build up a $500,000 or $1 million bankrolls for 5,000 or 10,000 buy-ins? Yeah, it happens, Poker Mindset Coach. I think that what's more likely is that pros end up piecing out. So they'll sell action, trade action. If you if you buy into a $10,000 tournament and then end up selling half of yourself, even if it's not for markup, then all of a sudden it's a $5,000 tournament, right? If you get to sell yourself up for a little bit of markup, you can get that down to like $3,000. If you start trading pieces in tournaments, then that lowers the variance quite a bit even more. So yeah, I would say that that does happen, but what happens more often is that top pros get staked, sell action, and trade pieces. And it's kind of how you can play $10,000, $25,000, $50,000 tournaments without having, $2.5, $3 million in the bank. There's very few poker players who are rolled really for $10,000 tournaments. That's the truth of it. Most poker pros that I know, pretty much without exception, except maybe 2 or 3 guys, have less money than the public thinks that they have. It's just the way it is. Gosh. Okay. Getting 6-1. 13-1 implied odds. Folding really feels wrong there. King of Denmark saying, guess who's back on Twitch tomorrow? Is it Gordon Ramsay? Could it possibly be Jason J. Carver Somerville?
Is he in Europe?
Of Twitch?
Is he going to be in Europe? Is that why he's going to be on at 6 o'clock?
I'm not sure. We got a new sub.
Oh.
Did you see this? Res Hope.
Hello, Res Hope.
Thank you so much, Res Hope. Really appreciate you being here.
That's how I feel like we have to do with yours tournament, is res it.
We got to res this tournament.
We have to res it.
We've got
we need hope.
Res Hope. I'm going to send you over a digital version of my book, Poker Tilt. I wouldn't say that I'm an expert on handling Poker Tilt, but I've definitely dealt with a lot of Poker Tilt in my life. We just saw a little bit of it. Res Hope, I hope you get a chance to give the book a read. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. It really does mean a lot to me that we get to hang out here, play a $50 tournament online, hang out on the stream with you guys, talk poker, talk life, talk anything that talk anything that we want to talk about, and not have to sweat it too much. It's really awesome that we're that you're here. So thank you so much. Gosh. Can we get away with this? I mean, do we have enough that we can just get away with it? Yeah, let's give it a shot. Money ERA, calling off half the stack. Wolf just goes ahead and makes the snap call with pocket sixes. Let's hit a 9. How about a 7 or a 10? Okay. Nice hand, Wolf 51. I felt like there was a decent chance that we were going to be able to get through money ERA, and a great chance we were going to get through Wolf 51. I don't really feel like hearing whatever tilty shit Wolf 51 has to say to me after knocking me out. So let's get to the next tournament, you guys. New starting stack. Every tournament is another dream that can come true. Let's make this happen. Ugh. Brutal. A little bit unlucky that he actually woke up with a hand to call us with, and then when he does, we actually, aren't in that bad a shape with our overcard. Go ahead and screen capture that. I'm not going to fault him really for making the call. I would have liked to win that one, though. He did come off as kind of an asshole. Well, I'm just trying to tilt you, Dutch.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, I'm just trying to tilt you. Just trying to tilt you, Dutch. The
I
way
don't
that
think he
played
sounds like that.
This is what he said. He said, well, the way he played it, he deserved to lose that. I was like, are you talking? And it was like 5 hands later, right? And I was like, are you talking about the King Jack offsuit hand? Oh wow, this is a re-entry, guys. This isn't actually a rebuy.
Looks like he does it to everybody, Dutch.
I'm sure he does.
So it's no big deal.
So he's an asshole to everybody.
Yeah.
I don't take it personally. I muted him. I'm not worried about it.
So yes,
but,
that's their game. That's their edge.
And guys, thanks again, also all of you guys, for letting me know that the stream is not looking very good tonight. A lot of people are letting me know that tonight. He's like, there's a lot of bad audio buffering and video buffering. I realize it. There's nothing I can do about it. But I think that we're past we haven't dropped a frame in 56,000 frames. So I think that we're probably past the worst of it. I do want some coffee. Matty Matt saying, crap, I forgot I'm coaching volleyball.
No, you go coach.
Starting this week. Oh no.
You have responsibilities.
Oh no.
Oh, responsibilities.
Oh man, Matty B 813. That pretty much sums up my feelings too. I hate losing more than I like winning. That's true. I like winning though. Aces Up says, Dutch, is today the day you talked about bad beat and royal jackpots? Fingers crossed. I'll talk about some bad beats and royal jackpots. Absolutely. So bad beat jackpots, right? Generally, how this works is that as a poker player, you should kind of be neutral about these kind of promotional drops. Just because in theory it's just supposed to be kind of sprinkled back to the
what are you playing right now?
Card room.
Touchy?
Right now we're playing
the reloader?
The 30 re-entry. The 3K guaranteed re-entry.
Not the re-entry. Okay, 30.
I'm still really kind of disgusted. So you should be a little bit neutral in theory about putting $1 in the promotional drop and giving yourself an opportunity to win a bad beat jackpot. But in practice, this is what happens. In practice, what happens is the bad beat jackpot or the royal jackpot is seeded with something. People keep on dropping dollars into this jackpot hole. The chances of it actually hitting are very low. So it's kind of like the progressive on a video poker machine, okay? Where at some point, if you've ever studied video poker and you watch these video poker machines like a jacks or better with a progressive, at some point the progressive gets big enough where it is a plus EV situation to be in to play. That's kind of the same thing that happens with a bad beat jackpot, where at some point the bad beat gets big enough where it's a great value for you to actually play it and hope to actually hit it. How did it become a great value? Where did the equity come from? Because it's not like it's a gift from the card room or the operators. No, guys, the equity came from the initial people who were investing into the bad beat jackpot fund when it wasn't a good investment, right? When they weren't getting the right price for their dollar drop. So they're basically the early contributors to promotional pools are subsidizing the later the later people who get to benefit from it. And then what ends up happening a lot of the times is that the casino ends up, the card room ends up shutting down or restructuring its prize or whatever, and they have this promotional fund that they have to give back somehow. And in some situations, they end up just giving, doing splash pots at the end, and doing tournament add-ons where it's all subsidized from promotional money that was collected from this dollar drop per hand early on. and it gets to be real positive EV. But while you're putting the money into the hole for that dollar jackpot drop, or the bad beat drop, you're kind of subsidizing that future, that future EV with your current negative EV, with your current negative expectation. So I can also tell you that there's been a few situations in the past where scandal has happened because of promotional pools, where people would be putting in those dollars for the bad beat jackpot. The bad beat jackpot qualifier would be set in a way that it's very rare it gets hit. Like quads, sevens or better beaten, having to use both cards. When does that ever happen? Not often. So it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then they change it and decide, okay, well, now we're just going to do a lot of promotional things. And then what will a lot of times happen is that the tournament directors, like the directors of the card, will say, well, what we'll do is we'll just inflate the tournament prize pools, knowing that a good chunk of that tournament prize pools is going to go into tips for us. So that's a little bit scandalous right there. I think that, and Blaze asking, does anyone know if you can start with 8,000 chips in this for 60? No. You can only start with 4,000 chips, Blaze. So I think that in practice, if you have the option of playing with a bad beat jackpot or without a bad beat jackpot, you're better off playing without the bad beat jackpot. And even in those cases where maybe it's a little bit plus EV, the fact is it skews your variance, so much that it's probably worth going ahead and just skipping out on whatever little pennies or quarters you're getting in imaginary EV for the the actual quarters that you're saving in literal results and actual results. I've only gotten a bad beat jackpot one time in my life, and when I look back on it, it was so small that we were definitely subsidizing for future winners, and I was playing a negative EV situation in that circumstance. So that bad beat jackpot has to be really big for it to be worth your while to go sit down. I'm sure that if you do some Google searching on bad beat jackpots, I'm sure that there's been a much better treatment, simulations, things like that, to actually say what your chances of hitting a certain bad beat jackpot are, how big the bad beat jackpot needs to be before it turns into a plus EV proposition, how big it needs to be before you really should actually seek it out. But as a general rule, if you have an opportunity to play in a 2-5 no limit game or a 1-3 no limit or a 1-2 no limit game with or without a bad beat jackpot drop, I would take the without every single day, every single time. So yeah. And King of Denmark, yeah, I can imagine that, and it would be awesome. It would be crazy. I think that unfortunately, Caesars Entertainment is contractually locked with ESPN to let them have the live stream, and I don't really think that they can actually Twitch live stream the final tables. They would love to, but I don't think that they can. I think their hands are kind of tied. Of course, I don't know. Like if I was on ESPN's side and I had Caesars Entertainment's hands tied, I would feel like allowing them to Twitch stream the live final table would actually really help, help everybody. Who knows? So here we are, 7-9 offsuit, guys. The next level starts here in 1 minute and 20 seconds. We have another 20 minutes before the re-entry ends. We go ahead and get an add-on, which I think is for 8,000. Nope. The add-on is going to be for 4,500 chips, so we're going to start pretty low in this, which means that we should probably start tapering even more than we normally do, earlier than we usually do. And let me go ahead and take a look at this other 30, because this one might not last long. The other 30 has already been going for 30 minutes. We've got the 10 as well, the 2K guarantee. Let's see how this goes, you guys.
Punky Squid's in the house. Zoran.
Yeah, he's at my table.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I'm still just kind of in shock, Zoran. I didn't mean to not give you a good hello. I'm still just like
Yeah.
I'm still just sitting here. I feel like I've been punched in the head with like one of those like punching balloons, like just whacked, and that's kind of how I feel. But I definitely wish you the best of luck today, Punky Squid. I would love to make a final table with you in this tournament. Let's make it happen. This tournament actually looks like it has, it's definitely worth winning. 1,100 up top right now, and this is before the add-on period starts. So this one doesn't have a double add-on though, so missing the add-on in this tournament isn't as big of a deal as it is in other tournaments. But it's still something that you wouldn't want to do. It's a 1.1 multiple with 4,500 as opposed to 4,000.
Hey, Marsupial.
Marsupial in the house. Great to see you, Marsupial. Marsupial saying, didn't Treasure Island have multiple jackpot drop controversies in the past 5 years? There's been a lot of jackpot drop controversies. I'm not sure specifically about Treasure Island, but I can... Yeah, hashtag Schwagio saying the bad beat jackpot of Foxwoods is always around 250,000 plus, and you need to lose with quad 8s or better. Quads must be pocket pair. And Siren 2 talking about that Punky Squid hand. So Punky Squid had the jacks, the guy had the guy had the queens, and no, Punky Squid didn't pair his jacks, and I think that the queen hit his set and filled up on the river. Click you saying Hop, it's back. I have no idea why we're having issues. So far, we haven't dropped any frames for the last 75,000, but I think that Twitch might be experiencing issues tonight. Nothing really we can do about it. Just want to say again, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Spend a little bit of your time with us. Thanks again for our new subs, Res Hope. Thanks for to Garfield for the awesome donations tonight. Thank you very much, man. Definitely eases the pain of bad beats for sure when I get to hang out with you guys, talk poker, and see that you're supporting the stream. Really appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you got over there?
I think it's yeast. Delicious.
Mm.
Yes.
So Railston has an interesting question. He says, Dutch, can you talk about reestablishing table image after making a C bet and getting caught, or getting strung along on a draw and missing? Let's talk about table image. For one thing, Railston, table image is overrated. And the fact is, when you're playing poker, it doesn't matter if you're online, it doesn't matter if you're live. For the most part, most of the players around you aren't paying that much attention to what you're doing. The vast majority of players are only paying attention to you if they are in a hand with you. The bigger you go, the more that changes. But like playing online right now, we do this for a living. We're pros here. 3 bracelets behind me, and even I have to look at our hand history and see what people have actually shown down. We just saw a big funny more in Ivy's son with a 7-3 and a 10-7. Did we actually see it? No, not at the time. If we didn't have this little hand history tool, we'd be missing so much more, and we already miss a lot. So live, table image is going to be overrated. I'm telling you guys this. They're not paying as much attention to you as you think that they are. So when you actually do get into a situation where you get caught bluffing, okay, maybe one person will mention it who's not in the hand, maybe 2 or 3 people are paying attention to it. We'll say half the table are paying attention to it, and then the next hand is dealt and they just kind of forget about it. I think table image is grossly overrated as far as when people think about how other people perceive them. There was a really good book about this. It was called, I think it was called Mind Reading. and it was by a psychologist who was talking about how, as humans, we're very good at getting into the head of other people. We're very good at empathizing with what other people are feeling. What we're very bad at, though, is seeing ourselves the way other people see us, trying to assess whether someone likes us or doesn't like us. So trying to assess whether someone thinks we're funny or whether someone thinks we're smart. Trying to assess other people's opinion of us, we are very bad at, horrible at, it turns out. And there's a lot of scientific research for this. So especially when it comes to individuals. So and at the poker table, when we're even more in an environment where you have to kind of hide your own feelings and emotions about your opponents, I would say that it probably even magnifies this effect. So as far as table image, forget what you know about table image. The fact is people aren't paying as much attention to you as you think that they are. And people, trying to determine what people think that you're going to do is we're not really very good at on a biological, psychological level. It doesn't mean you shouldn't try, but just realize that it's overrated. Now, when you actually do get caught stealing, for example, we get exposed all the time with a hand like King 5 offsuit. Is it really going to change the way people see us? Does it really take a lot of credibility away from future raises? I would suggest yes, it does, but only for about an orbit. So you get exposed on a bluff, you get exposed on a crazy hand that you shouldn't be in. Just fold for an orbit. 10 hands later, assume that you're right back to the table image that you started with, which is no one's paying attention. So Marsupial talking about a TI or Tropicana, one of them having a few poker room managers in a row just stealing from the jackpot. That's been known to happen. It's been known to happen.
Really?
Yeah. And just the other week we had a bunch of tournament treasurers from Aria getting laid off. So big funny money. I'm going to go ahead and take a shot at him because he just comes in with all sorts of stupid shit. He might call us, but I think that we've seen him. Wow. And he actually shows up with a pretty decent hand here, so we're probably going to have to rebuy. We've seen big money come in with 10-7s and Jack 3s, so when he limps on the button, I'm thinking that we're in good shape. Nope. So we took a shot, we missed. And I don't mean good shape as in he's going to call and we're ahead. I mean good shape as in he has a hand like 10-6 or Jack 3 offsuit or Queen 2 suited that he's not going to call or shove. We were wrong. That's kind of irritating. It's going to make the call here, getting 9-1, plus pretty long implied odds. Huffy67 says, did you just eat one of June's treats? No. It's pretty funny though.
You're going another bite before I put it away? I don't want it. It's good. I was craving it. Do you want some? Here. Sit. I can't get one. Sorry. Here. Oh my god. So you want just take the bowl?
Yeah. You have the rest of it?
Yeah. Do you want the rest of it?
Yeah. The fan 2982 says, would online cards Decker 711 says, not sure about ESPN's commitment to WSOP poker since they are putting this year's broadcast up against Sunday and Monday Night Football. Wow, that's a little bit of a downer, Decker. I didn't realize that.
Is that bad?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. Nobody's gonna watch it. There's some more mozzarella.
Thank you.
like these mozzarella.
Yeah, these little mozzarella balls are great. What does it say as far as the calories? And
3 is like 60. 3 balls.
So Punky Squid getting knocked out, I think, right? And not taking the add-on, which in this tournament it's not as big of a mistake. It's not even arguably it might not even be a mistake not to take the add-on since the add-on isn't a double. It's 4,500. Still a little bit of added equity, but not that much.
Wow. Want some more tomatoes? Here. Tomatoes are good.
Thank you.
Tomatoes. Is that good? Here, let me make some.
Poker Stapes saying, hey Dutch, I'm thinking of making poker my main source of income because I have the stats to back up my play. I'm a profitable player, but the only issue is that my mom can't accept the fact that I'm good at poker. I don't know how to get her to allow me to play as a job. Ugh. You're your own man, dude. You get to do what you want to do. If your mom says that you can't play poker as a job, well, if you are not living at home and having your mother pay for your bills, then you can do whatever you want to do. It's not up to your parents to tell you what to do. If you want to, try to convince her that it's a good move and a good investment, pull out the stats and explain to her, look, this is an investment. This is like day trading. If I wanted to go onto Wall Street and become an investment banker, you wouldn't tell me, oh, don't do it, it's gambling, right? Compare it to that. Try to show her the results. But I can tell you that my mom wasn't really happy with the idea until I actually made it to the World Series of Poker.
Oh, he still lives at home.
Yeah, so Poker Stapes, if you're still living at home and your mom tells you you can and can't do something, I guess you got to listen. My advice would be to, get a couple of roommates and get out. Get out.
Form a poker crew.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you did? Well, you didn't really. You kind of did that at first.
It sounds like
right?
you've got a good safety net, Poker Stapes. It sounds like if things don't work out, you can probably go back and go back to the same situation you're in right now.
Let your mom say.
Find a couple of roommates, and keep your nut low. Give it a shot. I would say
move out of the country.
Your luck. You're young and you can take the shot if you're actually beating the game and you know that you're beating the game because you've got the results to back it up. You've got the sample size to say this isn't just luck. Why not? Take a shot. Most people who say I'm thinking of trying to make a move and try to go pro, they don't say I'm thinking of going pro and I have the stats to back it up so I know I can. That's the big hurdle. Because most people can't. Most people won't be able to beat the game long term. Most people, just because of the nature of the game, it's negative sum to begin with. It's very hard to beat. So the fact that if you have the results to back it up and you know that you're beating the game, that takes away the biggest hurdle. So now the hurdle is you don't have the approval of your parents. Okay, well you don't need the approval of your parents. You live with your parents. You got to do what your parents tell you to do if you're living with your parents. But there's no reason why you need to live with your parents. You're over 18. You're your own man. You can do what you want to do. And I would recommend that. Go ahead and follow your bliss. I don't think that it's
take the leap.
I don't generally say. Yeah, take the leap. I don't generally give the advice of if you love doing something, you should go make it a career out of it. I think that it's more important to be good at something and go make a career out of that. And I say it in my book, life lesson number whatever. Don't do what you love, do what you're great at, and love being great. I think that's great. It's really good advice, because I can't tell you how many people have died of encouragement. You go to Hollywood, everyone's got some half-baked script that they're trying to get made into a movie, or they want to act, or they want to direct, or whatever. The fact is, if they don't have the talent to do it, and no one tells them, look, you don't have the talent to do it, and no one will, they end up chasing kind of a pipe dream where they don't. The fact is, bro, your script sucks. The fact is, you give you a black magic camera. Are you really going to be able to take a shot? No, because you just don't have the skills to put together, and construct a really nice, a nice scene. You can't act your way out of a speeding ticket. So how are you going to ever be, in a movie? I think it's dangerous to give encouragement to somebody to pursue something that they enjoy doing but suck at. But if you know that you don't suck at because you've got the sample size, and look, I'm humping a job that I hate, I can make more money doing this, and I know it because I've got the sample size, I've got the role to kind of massage up, my mom doesn't want me to do it. Your mom is not going to be the one who's taking care of you for forever. Okay, you have to go out and you've got to make your own decisions. And poker is a rough career path, but the biggest hurdle is knowing that you can beat the game to begin with. If you know that you can beat the game to begin with, then it's no different than any other job, and you can go. You keep your nut low. Get a couple of
Just
get
have
a couple of roommates.
Bankroll management, and know when you're to stop losses, and
keep your nut low, and grind. And bankroll management. Don't overextend yourself. It's nice to have a family that acts as a safety net. I got to think that your mom loves you. If you end up completely falling flat on your face and going broke and not being able to get a job and not having any anywhere to stand turn, you're probably not going to have to end up at a homeless shelter. You probably get the opportunity to go home, which is a huge advantage, a huge safety net. Can't tell you how many players out there don't have that safety net.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Duke L saying, hey, Mr. Commentator, the education never stops. You got me last night, Dutch. Okay, Duke L, good to see you, man. Big fist bump. We'll go ahead and give you a little shark as a viewer of the stream.
That's good. That's good salad, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
C. Willia 80 saying, is playing dumb and playing like you have no idea what you're doing at the table a good strategy? I've played around with this a little bit early on in my career, and I think that it's actually not a good strategy. I think that coming off like, oh, I have no idea what I'm doing. What was this? How do I call? No, it's bad, especially long term. When you're going to get a couple people. You're going to get a couple people who end up seeing through it and kind of resenting you for it. I think it's better just, if you're a pro, if you're making your living playing this game, I don't actually think that there's anything wrong. If someone says, so what do you do for a living? You say, I just play cards. I make my money off of tourists like you, man. There's no reason that's not a bad thing to do. You can, be honest with them. People who are coming out to Vegas or California and playing, they want to be able to say, yeah, I lost all my money and got cleaned out to some pros. They don't want to say some fish cleaned me out. That's not what they're looking for. 1,200, 15, 1,700. Gosh, almost getting 2-1 to make the call. Right at the rebuy period. Let's go ahead and do it. So we end up sliding right through that situation. And this is going to be a call if everyone folded to us. With Big Funny Money getting 4-1, I don't know. I think that we're probably going to make the call here. We got to think that we're at least 20%. With our 9-5, I don't really think that Big Funny Money is going to, bet into a dry pot with nothing. So we probably see all 5 cards, assuming that we have outs. And yeah, I think that if we run the numbers there, Ace 4, Queen Jack, 9-5 offsuit, I think that you're going to see that we're probably equity-wise looking at 20%. Let's actually do that. I want to take a look and see what the numbers are going to say about that particular call. We've got 9 of diamonds, 5 of clubs versus Ace of hearts, 4 of diamonds. So let's see, 9 of diamonds, 5 of clubs, Ace of hearts, 4 of diamonds. You get the add-on here, by the way, guys. Or Ace of hearts, 4 of hearts, and
you're using the add-on right now.
Yep.
Okay.
Queen of hearts, Jack of diamonds. So we're at 22.71%. I think it is actually an any two situation. The way that it went down, we had the guy shove all in for 3 big blinds, Big Funny Money calling on the button. There's going to be a dry pot, and I don't think that either Big Funny Money and I are going to bet into that pot unless we hit, which is exactly what happened. Big Funny Money hit his second pair and ended up going ahead and firing out. So most of the time, if Big Funny Money doesn't hit his pair, we're actually going to see all 5 cards. And we're going to be in a situation where we are, in fact, getting the right pot odds to make that call. Hard Nasty saying, the Wolf of Wall Street, Gordon Gekko once said, the only thing standing between you and success is the shit story you're telling yourself that you can't.
That's right.
I like that.
Every morning. You have to change to make up your story, guys.
We are gonna take over the poker world. We got Sniper MPS.
Cool.
New subscribe. Sniper MPS, man. Thank you so much for actually clicking on that sub button and supporting our stream. I really appreciate it, dude. Thank you very much. And we're going to send you a DRM-free digital version, ebook version of my book, Poker Tilt. A lot of words in here, man. 90,000 words.
Will you count all the words?
I was hoping that Sniper would read all the words. That's what I'm hoping for, man. We're going to send this book to you for free, so... He's a sniper. Thank you so much for being here.
He's probably good
really
at
appreciate you spending the time.
Shooters.
And actually spending the $5, clicking on that
Ooh,
sub button.
he starts school.
Yeah, and Sniper MPS, just one of many sub perks we're going to try to roll out for you.
Home game's probably in September, right?
Sniper MPS saying, could use something to read in my couple weeks before semester starts. That's awesome, man. Definitely hope that you get a chance to give it a read. Takes me back to my college days, which I talk about in the book. Poker Stapes saying, thanks a lot for the advice. You're right about the safety net, though, for sure. It should take me back.
Which one? What do you use? Do you use OBS, or which one do you use?
We use XSplit.
Oh.
And Kid Poker saying, anyone else's stream constantly freezing? I think a lot of people are having the same issue, Kid Poker. We're not dropping frames, but Twitch is just all over the place today. I don't know why. Boba Fett at Cheese saying, I'm totally frozen. I don't know what to say, guys. I don't think it's us.
Yeah, I'm fine on mine.
I think it's Twitch. And I think that, yeah, I'm fine on mine too. Someday, all of the issues will be resolved.
One day.
One day. Aces Up says, Dutch, thank you for answering my question earlier. If there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. As soon as I'm done with my book, I'm going to go ahead and send you the digital copy.
Can I have one? Can I have a copy too?
And yeah, that
yeah.
sounds
You know
good.
what? Also, guys,
I would like to read your book, Aces Up.
I think in regard to the stream, Dutch, I have my because I think you can pick whether you can have it on like high, or HD, high, medium, or low. I have mine on medium, so you guys might want to adjust your stream.
Yeah, click on the source on the video. A lot of times you're going to be able to
change it to medium. I have mine on medium and it's fine. Maybe on low for now. I don't know why Twitch is dropping. Today we've been having a lot of issues.
We have been having a lot of issues today. It's a little bit frustrating.
And no cake.
Kid Poker saying, yeah. Later, Dutch. Sorry to see you go, Kid Poker. I wish that it wasn't such a pain in the ass to watch right now. Hopefully, maybe you can come back in a couple hours when we're at a final table. Iron Fist saying, since I started watching the stream again after like a month or two off, Dutch has the eye of the tiger. Thank you very much, Iron Fist. I'm trying.
Bump. Bump, bump, bump. Is that salad good?
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had some salad.
And it's great to have you back in the stream, Iron Fist.
What's that look like?
So Duke L coming in with a min raise. We get big funny money, calling with whatever crap he's calling with. 10-8 offsuit. Yeah, we'll take a shot at it. Let's see what happens. We kind of hit it.
We are gonna like take over the poker world.
Double her up. Subscribe for 4 months.
4 months, man. Thanks so much for sticking with us as long as you have. I've had 4 months. That's a long time to stick with us, Double her up. So thank you so much, man. Almost at the very beginning of our stream. Duke L making the check behind. Big funny money making the check behind. A little bit worried now about Jack 10, but I kind of feel like we're ahead here. I think that we're going to go ahead and get the Ace 6 to fold. I think that we're going to get the King Jack and the King 10 to fold. Maybe not.
Did he not? Did he fold? Yeah?
Yeah, they all folded. So big funny money limping in again. We're going to go ahead and make the raise here, guys. 600 plus 560. Sounds about right. We're actually I think that we're actually supposed to be at about 680 here, so it's a little bit on the bottom side, a little bit on the small side. Ivy's son getting in the way. That's not what we want to see. A big blind just cold calling that. We are going to go ahead and fire out a half pot size bet. Just because with that ace on the board, we're going to be able to get a lot of smaller pocket pairs from Ivy's son, like 8s, 6s to fold, and Arwin probably didn't have a speed to begin with. Marsupial 311. Hey, Boba Fetta Cheese. Boba Fetta Cheese, that's a pretty funny username. I like it.
Feta cheese.
Fist bump, man. Thank you so much. You're awesome, Boba Fetta Cheese. Welcome to the crew.
All
Thank
you guys
so much for
and
clicking
your
on
food
the
names.
Yeah, does it make you
Oh
want
my
to have
gosh,
some...
I want some feta cheese.
Some feta cheese now?
Mm-hmm.
Baba Feta Cheese. We're going to go ahead and send you that DRM-free digital version of my book, Poker Tilt, for your Kindle, your Nook, your iPad, your smartphone, your desktop reader. Thank you so much for being here and supporting the stream. It really means a lot to us, man. It really is the difference between us streaming and us not streaming. So thank you very much for making this possible. And yeah, anything that you want, man, just hit me up, Dutch@DutchBoy.com, and I'm basically here in your corner now. Really appreciate you clicking on that sub button, man.
Oh, it says that
Thank you so much.
you can hear me in your mic. My mic. Let me see. Doop de doo. Talk Dutch. Sing me a song.
No, I'm not gonna sing.
I'm just teasing. This is the song that never ends.
It could be that I'm projecting my voice a little bit that way. G-Heap saying it's been running fine for him except for those disconnects. And you know it's not us. We haven't dropped frames since we restarted. And so it's got to be Twitch. It's got to be Twitch. Let's make the fold. Hollywood Park guy, how do you get a professional poker player off your front porch? Pay him for the pizza. That is that's about right.
That's funny. Ba-dum-tsh.
Ba-dum-bum-tsh.
I say ba-dum-tsh, not ba-dum-bump.
It's a good poker joke.
That is a good one. I like it.
Classic poker joke.
Do you know that joke?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know that joke, but I bet most people here didn't. It's pretty funny. It's a fun little joke. How do you get a professional poker player off your porch? Pay him for the pizza. B Johnson 1216 saying, let's go for anything but 6 today. Have you snapped the streak? I don't know if you saw B Johnson 1216. We got 6th last night. Oh my gosh, we extended the streak last night. I was so disgusted. It was really frustrating getting another 6th. It really was.
Oh, can you put the stats up on your tab instead of the chat?
We got the stats up. So we're 11 out of 39. Let me take a look at what we're playing for. Up top is 1,089. Places paid is 6. So 6th place is 248. So when we say anything but 6th, let's just not get 7th in this one, B Johnson.
Let's get 5th.
Oh, stats tab. Here's the stats tab. I'm looking at a 13% other overall, 25%.
Oh, you didn't put the stat up? I
big
said
blind,
stats,
small blind,
statue.
133.
You never listen.
Doesn't really, tell exactly the tale would like to read. I would love to know what our VPIP is. They don't really tell us. We're gonna go ahead and put our info. 11 out of 39, you guys. Prize pool 3,100. We were supposed to check Donkfish Phil.
We forgot. Or you forgot. We forgot. I'll take the heat too.
Yeah.
We forgot. I should write that down. Larry Friendly's whipping blank in a $50 tournament on Bovada. Good for you.
Larry Friendly, good luck in that, man. Good luck in that. Boba Fett saying, I've been learning a lot just watching. Glad to be a part of the crew. Boba Fetta, really appreciate you being here, and I'm glad that you're getting something out of the stream. Iron Fist saying, I've tightened up my game so much just from the stream alone. I hope you haven't tightened it up too much. I mean, I feel like we're pretty loose. I don't really feel like we're super nitty. Some situations, though, call for it, and knowing how to adjust the gears and knowing how to, go from, an explosive VPIP down to really snug play is, a big part of what poker's all about. Yeah, Larry Friendly, take it down, man. Take it down.
#Swagyo has a puppy party tomorrow, so he can't hang out with us anymore. Happy birthday, puppies.
Party?
Yeah, I wish we were invited to the puppy party.
Dill Pickles 4. How'd you do last night, Dutch Boyd?
You did
Sixth.
13th and a 6th, right?
13th and 6th. So we played 2 tournaments. We got 13th in one, which is in the money. We got 6th place in the other, which was not what we're looking to do, but it was in the money. So 100% in the money percentage. Our ROI was in triple digits, but it felt like we lost. It felt like we lost. Strangely enough, I don't feel nearly as bad in that $50 tournament that we just got knocked out of, given that we got it all in really, really good for the chip lead.
Maybe people have 2 streams on. Sometimes I put 2 streams on and that's why it sounds like it echoes.
Rock Squid in the stream, good to see you, man. We got Gore Fresh letting us know that it sounds good there.
Sounds good here.
Okay.
Have you been talking into the mic
I've
properly?
been trying. Sometimes I've been kind of just projecting all over the place, so.
No. Let's see.
Nash Vegas giving a pretty good little actor joke. What does the average pay for an actor?
Depends. Oh, that's really good. I like that.
$275 plus tips.
For actors, what's the average pay? I don't know what the average pay is. It's not that much. It depends on if you have your SAG card. How did you meet? NDDC3 asked Dutch, how did you meet your lovely lady?
Good question. Everybody likes telling their origin stories, right? Couples always love telling their origin stories.
Where's June anyway? So there she is.
So, how did we meet? I met her at the Rio.
I haven't met you yet.
Coming out of a Starbucks. And I was walking down the Rio hallway, going to check out some tournament or something with... I might have just actually busted out. I might have just busted out.
You did just bust out.
Of like...
You were with your friend, and your friend was like, hey, ladies.
I was with my buddy Mark. She was with her friend Joy. They were coming out of the Starbucks in bikinis.
We didn't have bikinis, did we?
You had bikini tops on.
Yeah, probably.
They were looking good. And they had spent the whole day at the pool, and then they went bowling with their friends, and then they went to go get Starbucks, and they were leaving the casino. Saw this girl walking out of the Starbucks. Probably the prettiest girl I'd ever seen. Ever. You know, and I said, hey,
no,
let's
your
go grab a drink.
Your friend said, hey, ladies, would you like to have shots?
Hey,
and we were like, yeah. You know.
That's what I love about Mark. He's very forward.
And then we went and got shots. And Dutch showed me a magic trick.
We went and grabbed shots, hit it off. I liked her a lot. She wanted to be just friends, but I told her no. I have enough friends. And I
tried to friend zone him and it didn't work.
She did. She tried to friend zone me right away.
Friend zoned.
Well,
still not working. I'm still trying.
Yeah. You got to be very upfront with
friend zoning.
Yeah, it's no good being like, yeah, we could just be friends. No, you got to be really upfront with what you want in a relationship. Look at that.
Well, Dutch didn't know what he wanted in a relationship. I took it
from behind,
you get it right,
us
Dutch.
Out to get his jacks up against the queens. Nice hand there, Dukel. From behind, I can't really blame him. I can't really blame from behind for making the shove. Would have loved to see that flop. Pesky Bugman News saying, hey Dutch, I've been living poker for about 8 months now. I'm not quite sure what that means, living poker. But
he's been reading magazines. He's been watching Twitches, and Reading books, probably.
I'm still a losing player in MTTs. I feel like my game is very good compared to stakes I play under $10, but still can't turn profit long term, even with safe bankroll management. What should I do? I already read lots of articles and watch Twitch daily. I mean, Pesky Bugman, the fact that you're here asking the question about what you should do to improve at poker is a good sign, right? First off, it means that you are actively looking to improve your game and that you accept that poker is something that you can get better at. You know, you're still very new to the game. 8 months. 8 months. The good news is that there's so much, good free information out there, and some not free information out there, but it's available. The information to improve your game is out there and it's available. Some people, it doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter how much time they spend. They're just never going to be able to beat the game. That's the truth of it. But I would suspect that you're not one of those people, pesky Bugman. Based on the fact that you can actually write a complete sentence and you're using the correct grammar. You're here on Twitch, which means you're somewhat, somewhat competent using a computer. I would say that you probably fall under the can beat the game category. So if you're not beating the game right now, I guess you got to just recheck your assumptions. Keep on working on improving. And don't get too comfortable losing. Keep attacking the small stakes until you feel like you can beat them, and keep on until you know that you can beat them, and keep on improving your game. Some of the stuff that I would suggest to check out, I would check out the Jonathan Little books. I would check out maybe tournamentpokeredge.com. Has some good stuff. Killing Bird is on Twitch. He has some pretty good stuff. I think Ming the Merciless, I was watching some of his stuff. I think that he has like a really good stream to kind of teach you how to beat him. Stick around here too. I'm not trying to get you out of my stream. We play a lot of MTTs on this stream, and you can kind of get the idea of how to navigate through fields. So we'll love to have you here, man. Thanks for the question, and thanks for the opportunity to talk about how to improve. You've got the right mindset. You just can't go wrong with reading as much as you can, going on and watching as many videos as you can online, sticking around in some of the Twitch streams of players that are beating the game, and trying to pick up on things and eventually just improving your game every day. The name's Hayden. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, Hayden. Great to see you in the stream. And Blaze Poker getting pocket kings very first hand, winning with the kings.
It's amazing.
Probably a huge pot right there, Blaze Poker.
Speaking about unbeatable hands, has your aces gotten cracked yet?
Not yet. We haven't had them today.
Oh, nice.
We had aces twice yesterday. Neither one of them got cracked. We never get aces cracked on the stream. It just never happens. Ace is up, says Dutch, if you only had a $500 roll, do you play 3-6 limit or $100 no limit? I think so if you're trying to massage a $500 roll online, it's kind of different than if you're trying to massage a $500 roll live. I mean, it doesn't go much lower than 1-2 no limit live, so you pretty much should be playing 1-2 no limit. And with a $500 roll, I'd probably be playing with min buy-ins. Let's go ahead and half pot bet that. See if maybe we can't get a king 10 or an ace 10, maybe pocket 7s or pocket 8s or a 10-9 to go crazy here. Cossack saying, watch out those Starbucks girls. I know. Making the call. Yeah, so 7's going crazy.
Let's see.
That'll work. That'll work. 8,000 versus 20. That's 21,000. Oh man, C-Mac, I'm sorry that you didn't make your PLO 8 tourney in Jacksonville. He says I didn't make it to the Jacksonville tourney. I stayed up watching here until 4 in the morning and didn't wake up in time to make the 2-hour trip down there. C-Mac, what do they say about success? 90% is just showing up. You gotta go take your shots. Set mine or raise?
Set mine. Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
I guess.
Did you get it?
Yeah, we snapped it.
Set mining's fun. Let's quad mine it though. Which one is it? You got twos?
We have pocket tens.
Tens. Oh
Yeah,
wow.
it's pretty good here. So, I guess we go for 2 times, right? 3750, 2.5x, and hope that he has aces or kings. Yeah, look at that. Wow, he's in real bad shape. So that puts us in pretty good shape after that one. 34,000. I think that might put us at the very top. No, 2. King, queen, ace, ace also was with us towards the top. So what a nice little couple of hands that was. Jacks and tens back to back, getting the stacks of pretty solid players. Larry Friendly says, Dutch, I would like you to know that I've pulled my Bovada window over your poker table window, and I'm pretending you are commenting on my play. I like that, Larry Friendly. So here we see Larry Friendly getting dealt the pocket aces on the button. What's he going to do here? I mean, traditionally, I would say that it's a bad idea to slow play. However, with the stack sizes the way they are, and now you've got his villain under the gun +1 making the raise, what will Larry Friendly do? He raises with the aces and gets the call. Guys, this is going to get dirty. Good luck in your tournament, Larry Friendly. I hope that you take it down. I really do. LOL, nice shoes. That's the pickup line right there.
More like hair. Nice hair.
Nice hair.
You were always jealous of my
Dale
hair.
Boone, good to see you in the stream. I was jealous of her hair.
He was.
Still am.
That's right.
And Dale Boone 55. It's so hard to shake that feeling. It's so hard to shake. Yeah, when she said, I think that we should just be friends. I'm not really interested in getting into a relationship. I looked at her and I was like,
had a boyfriend. What do you mean? I didn't say that. I was already in a relationship.
I
Don't.
already have a boyfriend. I think I just want to be friends. I looked at her. I was like, I have enough friends.
No.
I have enough friends that I don't have time to spend
He
with
did
all my
not
friends.
say.
I don't need another friend.
You were like, okay, I'll be your friend.
I want
bud.
you.
No, he was like, okay, I'll be
Said-
your friend. Can I buy you some
I want
dinner?
you. I know you want me too. So let's go. I'll
Okay. No, that's not how it went.
pick up the phone, and you got a new boyfriend now.
Well, he did try to sell it. That's for sure.
So what?
Sell yourself, yo. And I was like, I don't know.
So Dale Boone 55 saying.
And after 3 months, I was like, okay, I'll be your girlfriend.
Yeah. So after like 2 weeks, she moved her stuff in.
That's right.
She was like, you know what? You live closer to my work. I'm gonna go ahead and move all my stuff into your house. And I was like, okay. I guess that.
Well, it was more
I guess
convenient
we're serious
for me.
now.
I lived way far in Aliante, and he was really close to my work. And I was like, it makes sense. And so I moved all my stuff.
Blaze Poker talking about losing with Kings 3 times today. That's pretty brutal. Blaze, I'm sorry to hear it, man. Played in the Aria 125 daily. Out in 20th place with Kings versus Aces all in pre-flop. Ugh. Brutal. I do like that Aria 125 daily, though. I feel like it's... I mean, the rake's a little heavy. You know, I think that they rake off the full 25, right? So they're taking 20% out of the prize pool. It's a little heavy. But it's a pretty good structure, and it's you know,
Are you
a nice
reading
tournament.
the Aria one? Yeah.
Yeah. Dale Boone saying that you look like you've lost some weight.
I have.
A little bit. We've been trying to lose some weight.
By not eating donuts, which is really hard for me.
Slipped a little bit today. We got some
Not really.
chocolate chip cookies.
I'm about to bake some.
Do we have more?
Yeah. Not really, because if you just stay under the calories that you're supposed to stay under, you'll lose weight. I've been losing weight, and we work out, so it's all
Couple of running
good.
stacks here with Wolf 51 and From Behind, which are going to be pretty irritating if they make the shove and we got a call.
Don't say irritating.
I mean, it sucks getting caught, and not only getting caught, but
What do you
also
have here?
having to call ace-6 offsuit.
You have to?
I mean, maybe with big funny money making the call, we don't. Yeah, I guess we can probably fold now because we probably are looking at a dominating situation. Ah, jeez. So we're supposed to call, I guess. Big funny money ends up making the straight, but it's still, I mean, it's results-oriented thinking. So Wolf 51, we're snapping. Big funny money calling the overship. It's just kind of ridiculous. An under the gun raise, a re-raise shove for what, 9 bigs, and big funny money looking down at king jack offsuit in the big blind and deciding to call. Big funny money's been all over the place, guys. He's been very loose, very passive. He doesn't mean that he doesn't sometimes get big hands. You know, we saw him limp on the button when we were in the big blind. We made a shove, thinking, okay, well, he's in there with all sorts of crap, 10-7 offsuit, 9-6 suited, whatever. Let's go ahead and just try to pick up a little 22% of our stack without having to fade cards. Then he snap calls us with ace king. I was like, what's going on? Why would he limp the button with ace king? Was he trapping us? No. It's just how he plays. He's the most passive player we've played with so far, but he's also one of the, like so far today, he's also one of the looser ones. Yeah, so what do you do against a loose passive player? You put him on a really, really wide range. You go ahead and, when you're in position, you go ahead and isolate him. See if we can just get through big funny money. We'll try to get through babyface Jace. Is babyface Jace or babyface Jack? I don't know. This isn't a donk lead, guys, because big funny money making the limp on the button. We can't expect him to c-bet for us. So now we fire out. He makes a min raise, which is kind of a weird one. Don't really know what to think about it. If he was min raising with a draw, then he just got there. K on 23. I think that's how we're saying that. Do you think that's K on 23?
Yeah.
C on 23 maybe? Mm-hmm. Welcome to the crew, man. Just subscribed for the very first time. Awesome to have you here, dude. Thank you so much for clicking on the sub button, and thanks for supporting the stream. We're going to send you that digital copy that we talk about of my book, Poker Tilt. It's your very first sub perk. And we're going to have some other sub perks for you, too. We've talked about here in a couple weeks, we're going to be sending out some fist bump patches for all of the subs. You're going to get in on that. A couple of other sub perks. We've got some other little things like sub chat only at final tables. We've got sub chats. Subs don't have to worry about slow mode. You can always email me too. Just mention that you're a sub. Ask away, and I'm here in your corner. I'll try to get back to you. I'm not that great at answering email during the weekends when we're streaming. So if I miss your email, just remind me on the stream. Dale Boone 55 saying, Dutch, if someone tried to move in on Exmoor, would you kick their ass? I mean, of course not. Of course not. I wouldn't kick somebody's ass if they were like flirting with Exmoor. I think that she's beautiful. So how would why should I feel like
Do you think it's funny?
Why should I feel like someone else shouldn't think that she's beautiful?
I think it's funny. And I use my powers all the time.
Yeah.
For good.
But I would be, like it's kind of like that X-Men scene with Wolverine and Cyclops. It's like, I mean, no, it happens all the time. Guys try to flirt with her all the time. If they were getting out of hand, yeah, I would. If they were like coming up and like, physically assaulting her, then yeah, I would not. I wouldn't stand for that. but just coming up and being like, "Hey, what's up? You're looking pretty hot." Blah blah blah. I would actually think it was kind of funny. I'd be like, that's actually my girlfriend. She's with me. We came together and we're leaving together. 7 years. 7 years, man. You know, I like. No. Big funny money looks like he's playing with play money. To be honest, Courage. I think this just kind of demonstrates that there's really not that much difference between the quality of play in big tournaments and small different tournaments. I mean that hand right there demonstrates how little difference you see at every level of play. I mean, look at this. We're playing a $30 tournament. We've got back-to-back sitting there in the big blind, who is one of the best players we've ever played with in our whole history of poker. We've got Big Funny Money, who epitomizes, some of the biggest mistakes you can make at the poker table. And I mean, we're playing in a $30 tournament. This is pretty much the same thing that you see in a $3,000 buy-in tournament or a $30 buy-in tournament. We could see both of these guys. It's all relative, is what I'm saying. Like a bigger buy-in, sure, generally means that you're going to run into bigger sharks, but you also run into bigger fish too. There's a lot of people who are buying in for $10,000 and $25,000 and $50,000, $100,000 buy-in tournaments, who really who wouldn't be able to beat a $30 rebuy tournament. So, Karma Kiosk, good to see you. New icon for super passive. That's actually not a bad idea. Like a lapdog. Garfield losing 58 pounds in the last 4 months. Well done, my friend.
That is really good.
Nicely done. Back to back, taking that down with the king high. I like seeing the Sharks winning. Yeah, I'm on a little weight loss prop bet. I've lost 20 pounds. I have to lose another 18 pounds. Is that right? No. 28 pounds. Oh, I thought it was 18. I was like, yes, only 18 more pounds. Nope. I have to lose 28 more pounds in the next few months. Vicious Violence? Did he just say that in the stream?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he just won. I just whispered it to you.
Because I didn't see it in the stream.
Yeah, I just whispered it to you.
Do we want to shout him out?
Yeah, that's why I whispered it to you.
Did he say it on the stream? Does he
mind?
mind?
He said
Vicious Violence.
Yeah, he did.
Just texted. Just said in the stream. I just took down the $1 million guarantee down here in Fort Lauderdale at the Hard Rock. Thinking of making a trip out to Vegas to you. $1 million guaranteed, Vicious Violence. $1 million guaranteed. So that means first place was probably like $160,000, maybe $200,000. Wow, Vicious Violence. Holy shit, dude.
That's awesome.
Holy shit. Nice job, man. Way to take it down. Gosh, I feel like beer's on you if you do come out to Vegas. Well done. Jesus, man. That's a hell of an accomplishment. I'm really proud, dude. I wish that I'm kind of I'm more than a little jealous too. It's been a little while. Over a year since we've had a nice 6-figure score. So well done. Nice job. Hell of an accomplishment. And if you do end up deciding to take a little trip to Vegas, by all means, hit us up. I'd love to go grab a little celebratory beer. Well done, man. Well done. That's pretty awesome. Polarized saying, B-Trail, if he's super passive and starts raising and leading the turn, that's super strong. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of feel
awesome.
like that's super strong. That hand with Big Funny Money and us is what Polarize is talking about there. The 8-5 versus whatever he had. RTFU 2015 just subscribed. Guys, we're having a pretty good stream today. We have some a lot of new subscribers who are here. We've got a lot of awesome old hats who've been with us for a while. RTFU 2015, man, thank you so much for clicking on that sub button. Welcome to the crew, dude. Welcome to the crew. You are awesome. I'm gonna send you that digital version of my book, Poker Tilt. Hopefully you get a chance to give it a read. It's going to work for any tablet you got. It's PDF, EPUB, and Mobi. Eximo's going to go ahead and send you that digital link right now. A lot of times it ends up in the other message box. So check your other message box, guys. All of you subs, if you haven't gotten the book, there's a decent chance that it's in your other message box on Twitch. That doesn't get forwarded to your email. So
spam box.
Yeah, the spam box. So yeah, it's pretty. Dale Boone 55 saying you were brought up in a different world. In New York City, if you eyeball someone else's woman, you get slammed in the mouth, especially by the Guido. Is Guido? Is that a racist term?
I don't know.
I
don't
really
use
sure.
it.
Italians in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. Well, I feel like if someone feels the need to beat somebody up for looking at their girlfriend, they have the wrong mentality of what that means to have a girlfriend. It's not like it's not a piece of property, you know. It's not really their girlfriend.
Like I said, I use my powers for good.
Yeah, she does. I remember
we get a lot of free stuff.
I remember one time.
One time we got dinner bought for us.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So I remember one time we were walking into court.
Oh.
this was the best. Michelle had a lawsuit that she had to be at, and she was made up pretty nice, real nice, you know, real nice little dress, had her hair up, looking pretty
I didn't have
professional.
my hair up. I just looked
No,
like a
you had
normal
your
person.
hair up. You had your
I
hair
don't
up.
know.
I remember this. And she looked like a knockout. And there were these two teenagers who were
Driving.
walking. Were they
They were
driving?
driving. Yeah, you don't even remember the story. They were driving.
Driving. They
And we were
stopped.
crossing the crosswalk.
They yeah, we were
And my hair was down.
No, it wasn't. It was up.
In your imagination.
It was up. She looked like a
No, I'm
super
pretty-
hot library.
I'm pretty sure it was.
like
I'm,
a
pre-
librarian.
I'm 100% sure it was down.
I'm like 98%.
No, I'm 100%
I'll
because
bet you.
But Dutch, of course it was down because I would never wear it. I would never wear it up to court.
In court.
Never. How would I wear it? In a bun?
It was kind of like
Nope,
a little
that's in your
librarian bun.
imagination. I was probably wearing glasses too, and had a stick.
Stop. We're stopping, and this kid, he's about 19. He looks at his
I had a
friend, he
whip
goes,
too,
he
guys.
goes, damn, that's what I'm talking about. And I didn't feel threatened. I thought it was one of the funniest things I
It was so
heard. I
funny.
thought it was awesome. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about too. I felt flattered, honestly. I mean, if you went out and not a single guy looked at your girlfriend and they were like, oh man, wouldn't that make you feel like worse than if someone's like eyeballing your girlfriend? I don't know. Frickalicious says, nothing more frustrating than playing a guy in attorney that doesn't fold, and he keeps making hands with the way worse of it pre, and him thinking he's God's gift to poker. I can think of a few more frustrating things, Frickalicious, but I do agree that that's pretty frustrating. Gosh, you got these guys. I'm really tempted to just pot that up. I feel like a good chunk of the time we're able to pick up 3,000 here. And if we just make the call, we're really hoping for a super miracle flop. And that's not our miracle flop. It's not the miracle flop. Dale Boone asking, how is the buffet at Caesars? Very good. It's probably the best buffet I've ever been to.
It's really good.
Gosh, what do we do here? Cat 186 firing out 500 into 2,900. Bobby McClaw making the shove. If Bobby McClaw doesn't make the shove, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do there. I kind of feel like I'm probably going to be calling, putting him on like a Jack 10 or 10-9. I don't know, maybe even check raising. So now Cat 186 decides no more limping. I'm going to make it 4x plus. Okay. Wow, Albino 2004 busting fifth out of 707
It's a lot
in the
of people
Stars
to play.
tourney. Albino, that's a damn fine finish, man. Fifth out of 707 is a very good finish. Well done. Nice job. Nice job. Wow, $322,000 Vicious Violence just took down. Wow. Nice job, Vicious Violence. That ranks right up there with my career bests. So that's a hell of a score, man. It truly is. Coffin Angel, giving us some weight loss advice. As someone who lost over 100 pounds in just over a year, I can give you nothing but encouragement. I tried a lot of diets, but in the end, I learned it's really just exercising consistently and finding whatever form of eating that works best for you in order to consume the right amount of calories. For me, that was skipping breakfast and having 2 nice big meals that still kept me under 2,000 calories. Gosh, why do they do it to us? Let's go ahead and make the raise here against Big Funny Money. Hopefully we can get Luck Bag back to back and Cat when he's 6 to fold. And then Big Funny Money probably makes the call here for another 1,600. Babyface Jace maybe calls, maybe folds. It's going to be kind of an awkward call for him. He folds, which is exactly what we want to see. Big Funny Money making the check to us. And we fire out the same amount, 2,100. Wait until it gets down to that trailing digit. And hopefully you just get Big Funny Money to fold whatever he was bringing to the party. It's kind of a wet board. He checked awfully quick. But, yeah, board scares you. It scares them too. If he didn't hit it hard, then he's probably not coming along. So fires out a check our way. I don't want to get him too committed here because I would like to be able to put a big bluff on the end. So I made it a little bit under half pot so that he doesn't have to feel pot committed on the end when I put him to the test. We get through.
Yeah, so we were talking about counting calories. Coffin Angel was giving us some advice about calories. But yeah, we count our calories now, and that's actually helped a lot. We are surprised about how many calories.
Yeah. So one of the sites that we've been using is called Chronometer, chronometer.com, and yeah, you just track your calories. You put your weight loss goals in. You talk about what your exercise regime is. And
yeah, I only can have like 1,300 calories. It's really sad. Dutch can have like 2,000.
Yeah, I'm quite a bit bigger.
I know. I'm so jealous.
Go ahead and take a look at my chronometer right now. I didn't add the cookies. And another cup of milk.
I had some milk too.
That salad is pretty low calories. That puts me at
the only thing that makes that I mean, it does have a little bit of olive oil in that salad, but that's it. We should go to that next year, maybe. I never been to Florida.
The Seminole Hard Rock.
Yeah.
And the 5 mil
maybe
is
next
in 2
year.
days. We could go.
Well, no, you can't because aren't you leaving?
Yeah, you're right. I can't. My mom's birthday's on.
This is funny face. Sooner or later is a funny face. Do you see that? Van Pinks.
Sooner or later. That's a pretty good one.
Marsupio says it's different after you're married, Dutch. We went to the quad and some drunk guy was eyeballing my wife and I got the "why don't you look at me like that anymore" treatment.
Marsupio.
Some guy was eyeing me the other day at Sprouts, but Dutch didn't pay any notice.
Is that right?
Yeah. And I was like, eh.
And Savannah, her nurse, saying, "Hey Dutch, thanks for the great coaching. Been watching you play for years. So glad you made this available to us all. Savannah, welcome to the stream. I'm glad that you stumbled across our little Twitch stream here. Thank you very much for being here, guys. All of you guys, we really appreciate you being here. I can't stress it enough. Thanks so much for spending a little bit of your Saturday night with us. Big fist bump to all of you. Make sure, if you haven't yet, clicked on that little heart button right underneath the video. Get your follow in. That would be really cool if you would. Let's make this pot size bet here. I think we just get through Big Funny Money And Babyface Jack is sitting here with 6,000. I don't think that we're going to have to worry about him calling off. So we just get through. I think that gets through way over 50%. Dale Boone, 55, saying, I dumped my ex because her mouth stunk after she fasted. Dale Boone, I guess I've heard of worse reasons to dump a girl. It ranks up there, though. I mean, she's gonna eat eventually.
It just sounds like he got dumped to me. And he's
just give her some mints, man.
Or like, just have her brush her teeth. The worst is the smokers, guys.
Yeah.
Smokers. Yeah. So
luck bags coming right over the top of us here to 27.93, pretty quick, and we're sitting here with a decent but not great hand. I think we just make the fold. Team Ivy support saying, sorry, I don't want to play on a site with Lane Flack, Kathy Liebert, and David Sklansky all on my tables. I leave that to the pros. Why'd you leave me out of that list, Team Ivy support? Don't forget, though, for every Lane Flack, there's 3 big funny monies. So there's still plenty of money to be made. You don't have to be, a super pro to take this money down. There's plenty of friends of the stream who can attest that the money is good on WSOP.com. I think that it's probably more beatable on WSOP.com than PokerStars at this point. Making the fold. Eloquent Aardvark saying, if you want to lose weight, eating breakfast increases your day-long metabolic rate, increasing caloric burn rates. I didn't know that. Good point.
That's from Arsum. Did I say it? A Reza Awesome says, that moment when your river is straight flush and no one calls your bet, sad face.
And William7332 in the stream saying, hello, just got here and I'm new to poker. I'm ready to learn. Okay, awesome. William7332, welcome to the stream. He says, I play for fun and just play without really thinking, more so for fun. But now I'm ready to step up my game. William, you're at the right place. If you have any questions, go ahead and pop them there in the stream. I've been a pro playing poker for a living since the early 2000s, 2002. If 13 years pro, and I don't know that I would recommend it as a career path. But it's been okay. It's been a great ride, and I think it's a great game. I enjoy playing it. Had some pretty good success. If you don't know who I am, 3 bracelets, 3-time World Series of Poker bracelet winner. Here on Twitch for your education and amusement. See how a triple bracelet winner reacts when he gets his aces cracked on the money bubble in a $30 tournament. Trust me, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. Patriot 88 talking about intermittent fasting.
All this weight loss talking is making me want to run.
Van Pinks
just subscribed.
I was gonna say something, Van Pinks, about like, well, how can you really talk shit about vicious violence not subscribing when you don't have that badge next to your name?
I like the little badge.
Sooner or later.
I thought it was funny.
Van Pinks, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. And now you get to talk as much shit to any non-subs as you want. Thank you very much for clicking on that sub
Keep
button.
Them straight.
And really appreciate it, man. Hey, listen, if you haven't actually gotten my book yet, you're going to get a copy. E-book, digital version coming your way. It's something we give all the subs as just a very, a big thank you for actually supporting our stream and being here. I can't thank you enough. It really helps us out. So thank you very much, man. I hope you get a chance to give it a read. If you do, go ahead and pass it along to whoever you want. It's DRM free, digital rights management free, and for pretty much every device. So thank you so much for supporting our stream. If there's anything I can do for you, I want you to let me know. Look at that run out. Bobby McLaugh putting nuts in your face to the wall. Just putting him to the ropes there. Nuts in your face is feeling the rope burn on his back, and somehow escapes with a full house on the board for them to just go ahead and split the pot. Nittiest Knit from Knittville. I would say check out the book. Nittiest Knit from Knittville. Check out the book.
What chapters?
Anything that you have to...
chapters 4 and 5?
Chapters 4 and 5 talk about all of it. And the tulips of Silicon Valley, the rise and fall of Poker Spot. Chapters 4 and 5 are probably what you want to look at if you are interested in knowing that part of the history. It starts in chapters 3, really, Old Regular and the Wagon Wheel. But I definitely recommend that if you haven't gotten that far, go ahead and get that far. It'll answer all of your questions. The rumors are all true and exaggerated. That's how rumors are. There's always a little bit of truth and mostly exaggeration. It's definitely a much more nuanced story than you might have heard on, from other sources who don't actually know what happened. So check out the book. Should get all your questions answered. And thanks for being here, and thanks for coming to the source, because most people just spread gossip and keep it going. And I think it's I think it's kind of a social negative to do that. If you don't have actual first-hand information or like a credible source for where the information is coming from, it's spreading gossip isn't really what you're doing. Back to back, what are you doing here, man? Why would you limp? Why would you limp back to back?
No.
Here we see one of the best poker players I've ever played with just limping in. I guess it makes sense for what hand he's got. What he's thinking is big funny money is going to come along, and that's a stack I'm going for. We're going to get a lot of people coming in with this small pocket pair with these small suited connectors, but it just opens him up for that kind of squeeze by Bobby McLaugh. I don't like it. Back to back, I don't like it. Far be it from me to tell you how to play. For whatever reason, it was the right move, and it was the exception to the rule. But man,
maybe you need to learn how to limp, babe. Maybe that could be
I
your
need
new.
to have a limp range. I don't think so.
Maybe you should talk to Lane about that.
When he's on the stream, I think that we're going to have to.
Maybe you have to evolve.
We're not supposed to.
Sorry.
Yeah, when he's on the stream, we'll have to ask him about that one.
Yeah.
Because
whenever we see him next.
I'm not really a big fan of that one. K-on23, is that Lane at your table? Question mark. Well, Lane said he doesn't want anyone knowing who he plays under, but just know that Lane back-to-back flack isn't really being too subtle here on the WSOP.com. Coffin Angel saying your metabolic rate is 90% depending on your exercise regimen. Spiking it for 30 minutes because you eat a meal is not going to make enough of a difference compared to sleep activation continuing upon wake up. Nice hand there, back to back. How'd that go down? Gotta see that one. So here, back to back, goes ahead and makes the limp. Gets raised by Handsome Max, gets called by Arwin. check shoves on a queen 9-2 board with 2 clubs, and Handsome Max decides to go ahead and make the call with pocket jacks. Normally, you make a check shove on that board. I mean, can you really expect to get called with worse? I don't think so. And yet he did get called with worse. Had him drawn to 2 outs when the majority of the money went in. So, nice hand there, back to back. Oh, Great Bluff saying, you probably answered this earlier, but I ended up having to help one of my kids and miss the answer. Do you have an audio version of your book? Not yet, Grateful Bluff. It's on the to-do list. It really is on the to-do list. I need to talk to my partner about that, because his background is actually in music production. I bought my my mic here, the Blue Yeti, for the express purpose of recording the audio. But man, I mean, it was such an ordeal going through writing the book that I'm kind of dreading actually reading it. I feel like my voice is going to crack several times when I'm telling stories. It was really exposing. It really was. It was it was hard mentally to get it on the page. So I think it's going to be even harder to get it on the to get it out into the mic, guys. But it's going to happen. Really appreciate you being here. And Great Bluff, great question. Thank you for the question. Thank you guys for all of you being here. You guys are the best. Make sure to click on the follow button if you haven't. Follow us on Twitter at Dutch Boyd for me, at First for Michelle down there. We would love it if you followed us on Twitter. Give us some mentions. We definitely appreciate all of you guys who give us the Twitter love. We got Grateful Mouse and PLO Junkie today giving us some Twitter love. Maddie Matt's always giving us the Twitter love. You guys are the best.
Because they love us and we love them.
We really appreciate you being here. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be back in 3 minutes and 27 seconds for more great poker action as we try to close this final table. Shoot, did I miss that $30 rebuy add-on? I think I might have.
No.
I think I might have missed the registration of that.
Oh, the reg?
Probably gonna jump into that. Yeah, just shut down. So maybe I should have jumped into that. It's okay. If we get knocked out of this, we'll jump into the $10 rebuy and add-on. Plenty of big action tomorrow too. So we don't really need to extend ourselves too much. And this is an important tournament. You know, the $30 re-entry. We got knocked out of the 50 in just spectacularly, just horrible fashion. That was brutal. What did we have again? Do you remember? I don't even remember how it happened.
Such a long time ago. I don't remember. King Jack.
So we had top pair with the flush draw versus a really small straight draw, getting it all in on the turn. And he turned the straight draw, so he had a 2-outer with a runner straight draw on the flop, getting half a stack in. Oh my gosh, I remember now. Oh, the negative emotions are coming up, you guys.
I don't even remember it. I didn't even listen to you.
Why did you remind me of that?
I didn't even listen.
Jeez. Okay, guys, we're going to be right back. Don't go anywhere. Lots of great poker action coming up. Coming back, guys. And here we are. You know what? I might have just put the sign off. It might have just been the sign off. I hope it wasn't the sign off. I hope it was the break time. No, it was the break time. It's fine.
Oh, no. Everyone's going to leave.
Everyone's going to think that we're signing off. We are back.
Nobody's going to.
Lots of great poker action. And look at this. We've got the pocket fives. We've got a really, really, really strong hand here to set mine with. It could, it's part of a really strong hand. We could actually end up getting a nice flop on this one.
Now I feel like I ate too much. Ooh, Tim Curry for an audiobook would be really good. I like Tim Curry a lot.
That'd be awesome. So we missed the set. Are we ahead? We could be. Could be ahead. I almost feel like maybe taking a stab at it, just because I feel like without a king, without a flush draw, pretty hard for them to continue. And I feel like there's a decent chance that we might actually be ahead of these other four hands. But instead, we're just going to go ahead and check and give it up. I just don't think that firing out half pot works enough of the time. Gotta love Jamie. J. Lawrence 101. Definitely one of my favorite streamers. And, yeah. He's a cool dude. Making the fold.
Yeah, we'll have to, if he comes to Vegas, we'll have to try to meet up with him next time when he's here. Or when we're up there. So, it looks like we miss. Why are you saying I left in Steamy Sandwich. Spammed a whole bunch of things about China.
What?
The time has come. Spread the word. It's awesome. Well, okay. Let's see.
I read a really interesting article.
Go Fresh. Here it is. Did you see G or Fresh? He asked the question when you were on break,
no,
so you missed it. So let me
I'll try to get to it right now. I saw a really good article the other day, you guys, about maybe China doesn't have a master plan. Maybe they aren't trying to ruin the U.S. economy at all. Maybe it's just like anything else. The idea that there's a huge conspiracy behind every corner. There's intelligent forces at work directing the world to some goal, whether it be benevolent or nefarious. That's a comforting thought. What's not a comforting thought is that we were all passengers on a train with no one driving, just going a train is probably a bad example. Let's say a bus with no one driving. A train actually implies tracks, someone guiding the tracks. A bus just going through the desert, no one driving, and everyone just kind of screaming, having no idea what's going on. I think that is a better idea, like a better analogy of what the world actually is like. I don't think there's really anybody in charge, and I don't think China has any sort of master plan. Looks like their economy is kind of tanking right now. I don't know if you guys have seen the dollar's strong. The dollar's strong right now. I'm long on Bitcoin. We'll see what happens. We had a question from Gorefresh saying, "Yo, Dutch, I have a question regarding HUDs with WSOP. I play on the New Jersey WSOP, and yes, it is the only option we have, but the traffic still isn't quite there." Is New Jersey WSOP? Is WSOP the only option up there in New Jersey?
I am not sure.
I feel like
the stream would know.
Option. I feel like there's Brigada.
The stream's like a magical portal of knowledge. Stream, answer me.
I feel like you have another option up there in Atlantic City besides WSOP. But WSOP, I like WSOP just because of the brand. I think that WSOP.com actually is behind. I think they're second market leader in New Jersey. I could be wrong about this though.
And we have another There's another online poker site here in Vegas. We just haven't played it yet.
Oh, but it's so, like, it's not even close. Wow, what a beautiful hand that is. Big Funny Money. We're going to go ahead and fire out the same amount and hope that Big Funny Money actually has a little piece of that one. Gorefresh saying, is a HUD worth it in the long run on this site? And if so, which one would you recommend? Absolutely, it's worth it. If I could use a HUD legally, I would definitely be using a HUD. Poker Tracker 4 really is the kind of the go-to, pros standard. It's been around forever. Let's go ahead and bet 4,000. So it probably has the most features, and it's probably the most feature-rich. The new one, though, that Staples uses, I think it's like called Javaro. It sure looks pretty, and it looks very user-friendly. It looks like it's maybe not as feature-rich and maybe not as deep, but it probably gets the job done. And kind of the new guy in there. I think that maybe I would probably go that route. Honestly, if I was in your spot, that's probably going to be the next one that I try to play around with. Okay, so Big Funny Money now. Raising from the small blind. We've got the ace-9 off, so we're not going anywhere. The only question is, do we raise or not? And I think that the answer is no. Big Funny Money we've seen plays so timid that a raise from the small blind, I feel like, means a bigger hand than what we'd kind of expect. So now Big Funny Money checks on the flop. Nothing comes on the turn. A 3 of hearts really shouldn't change anything. So Big Funny Money now making a bet with what we would assume to be either air or a smaller pocket pair, something like 7s or 5s. Or he could have turned river to set. I don't think so. I think we're probably looking at pocket 7s, pocket 5s, pocket 9s, or we're looking at absolute air. So the question is, would Big Funny Money fire out 6,000 on absolute air? To be determined. I don't know. Calling on the turn, we're pretty much just calling, putting him on a weaker ace, smaller than a king. Like a queen jack, or queen 10, or jack 10. Maybe we should have just folded on the turn. But I did have a plan for that hand, and the plan was we were ahead, and that he was going to shut down his bluff on the river. That was the plan. Call the turn, and check the river, showing ace-9 offsuit to be better than his queen jack, or queen 10, or jack 10 suited. Big Funny Money continues to just wield through this field. Andrew 1122 saying, "Hey, you can play Party Poker Brigada too at Gorefresh," and I feel like that might be bigger, but I'm not sure. Making the fold against back-to-backs, Queen 10. So Arwen coming in with a little 4x action here. We're going to go and get out of his way. So we haven't actually seen a lot of we haven't really seen back-to-back showdown a lot of hands. We've seen him show down King 2, and we've seen him show down Queen 10, and everything else he's just been kind of moving up without actually having to show his hand, which it's a mark of a good player right there.
So New Jersey has WSOP 888 Party Poker and Brogata.
So Party Poker Brigada
So I didn't know Party Poker was back in the States. Why didn't I? Did I know that? Or
Party Poker has been back in the States
they haven't.
Since New Jersey.
Oh, they have.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Party Poker is in fact the biggest room in New Jersey.
Party Poker is? Okay.
Yeah, they've been spending a lot of money. I think that they're the ones who like sponsor a sports team out there. So it's just all over New Jersey. So the Nets that Party Poker sponsors. '76ers and the New Jersey Devils.
Let's do the time warp again.
So I think that sponsorship deal put them at the top. So we got a question from Deadlift Day.
I wish I could play some poker right now.
Saying, I've been playing poker for a few weeks with only play money, learning more before playing with real. Okay. And wondering if you could give me a few great book recommendations or what you think is the best way to speed up learning. Good question, Deadlift Day. You know, I've been promising on the stream for a while that I was going to get a top 10 list of books, and I keep on meaning to do it. I just keep on getting kind of distracted. Right now I have this new project that I'm trying to pull out. It's a coding project, so it's a little bit more. But a top 10 book list, I really need to do it. I've been talking about doing it forever. So Deadlift Day, I would say, you know, in the future, go ahead and check out pokerbooks.com, and I'm going to have my book list on there along with the video on my YouTube channel. For now, though, if you haven't read Super System, that's a good way to start. It's the granddaddy of poker books. It's the one that really started the idea of treating poker, a theory as like a real thing. Put together by Mike Caro and Doyle Brunson back in the 70s. Super System and Super System 2 is a good read and a good starting place for getting an idea of all the different concepts of poker. It's a little dated, sure, but not really. I mean, Doyle Brunson is still competing, at a high level. He's still relevant. 10 bracelets. He just cashed in the main event last year. I think everyone got up and applauded, or maybe it was the year before. I would start with Super System and Super System 2. Then I would probably move on to. I would actually then move on to a more specialty book. So if you're trying to specialize in tournament poker, I would probably go for. I would probably go for the Jonathan Little books on No Limit Hold'em tournaments. If you're trying to specialize in mixed games, I would probably go for Negrani's Power Hold'em book along with the Ken Lowe mixed games book. If you're trying to focus on cash games, I would definitely pick up the Zachary Elwood books, which are pretty much must-reads in my opinion as far as poker tells goes. Reading Poker Tells and Verbal Poker Tells by Zachary Elwood. And then you can't really go wrong getting into the head of some other tournament players. So books like Mormon's Book of Poker that just came out last year, and Every Hand Revealed by Gus Hansen would probably be up there as far as good reads. Besides books, I mean, the fact that you're here in the stream, that's a real good sign. I mean, Twitch is definitely a good way to speed up the learning curve of poker. There's so much great information out there. And Deadlift Day, I can tell you, you are in a wonderful poker age. People say that poker is dying, and it kind of is. I mean, it's getting worse. But it's a lot better today than it was when I started. I can tell you that. It is a lot better today than when this guy right here started back in the 90s. There is so much more poker action now and so much more information available that you can get good very quickly. You can get a lot of hands in very quickly. I wish you the best of luck on your poker journey. I hope that poker becomes better in the future than it is right now, and that one day you can tell me how, you remember 7-8 years ago you were mentioning on your stream about this book, and I went ahead and read it, and I kept on, and I worked, and now look, here I am with 17 bracelets. Don't you remember? It's me, Deadlift Day. And I'm gonna be like, I do remember. Thank you so much for being here on the stream, and I wish you the best of luck. And I really do. I really hope that you're able to. I really hope that you're able to just take it down. I really hope that the poker journey for you goes smoothly. So, Gore Fresh, I can feel your pain. We're gonna go ahead and make the raise here, guys. 3,100, firing out what we would be making it 2,100 plus the 1,000 of our friend Big Funny Money. Let's go ahead and try to isolate him. Now, if Luckbag shoves, what do we do? It's going to be a very uncomfortable call for us if we make it. So we hit pretty hard. That Jack 8-7 is a very good board for us. We fire out the 3,100. I don't really think that Big Funny Money is folding. And I think that if Big Funny Money, well, he makes the fold. We're fine with that. We're fine with that. We'd prefer him to get all crazy with his Queen Jack or Jack 10 and miss whatever draws he's going for. We're going to make the fold here back to back with 51,000. What a beast this guy. So we are two tables left, guys. 4 players away from the final table, and we are 7 out of 13. It's getting close. It's getting close. I'm feeling good about our chances. 9 Iron 12 saying Dutch's top 10 list of books has been coming for a long while. You're right about that.
You should do it.
I know. I need to do it.
It's really yeah.
I need to do it. I say all the time how I need to do it.
Or no cookies for you. Top 10 books. Blog. You writing down?
I'm writing down my my picks for the books.
No. Well, you don't have to do it right now.
Okay.
I feel like I ate too many cookies now.
Headkick 702 saying WSOP is whack.
Oh.
Vada is much better. WSOP is whack. Well,
yeah.
I have no comment. Could be. Grateful Mouse saying, I've been playing this bot on the Pineapple app that Phil Helmuth was playing on Twitch, and after 100 hands, I'm finally back to even. Grateful Mouse, you should add me on that app. I'm on there. I think it's just at Dutch Boyd on that app. So I would love to. I would love to play around a little bit with you on there. Lapper30 talking about Ed Miller's beginner books. I can't say that I've ever read an Ed Miller book. He's so prolific, and he really deserves some attention for sure, because I hear some great things about his books. So I'm gonna go ahead and write that down as well and kind of explore those ones. And Rod Loblaw, talking about the Jeff Huang book, I would completely agree with you on that one. If you're going to try to focus, and specialize on PLO or 08, those Jeff Huang books are really good. So I'll put that on my top 10 for sure if you're going to specialize. Completely agree. And deadlift day, you're more than welcome, man. Keep the questions coming. I'm always down to talk on stream. And Nilesy saying, Dutch, I'll thank you after my first bracelet. Sounds good, Nilesy. You could get your chance if you feel like taking a little trip to Berlin in October. So big funny money, making the limp. Let's go ahead and make a raise here. Sweeten this pot up a little bit. We've got position on him. I think that he calls, but I also think that we're probably going to be able to get through a C-bet. Wow, he just folds. We're fine with that. B-Trail saying, thank you for the compliment, B-Trail. Appreciate it, man. Doom Switch Match asking, how did the Hearthstone Arena run go?
How did it
last
go?
Night? Fell asleep after you were 3-1. That's where we ended it.
3-1?
I decided that I was done for the night.
Are you going to play tonight? Do you make it a regular thing? Judge's Hearthstone Hour.
I might. A little wrap-up. A little no-delay wrap-up. It's not such a bad idea. I think I might, actually. Might continue with the Arena run. I love Arena, you guys. It's just great. JPM700 asking, what do I think of ClubWPT.com? I don't really know. I've never really played on there.
Is that the free stuff or that you have to pay a membership?
It's kind of like fine. I think all those free poker for real money is great. I think it's wonderful.
I should start playing those. NLOPs, right?
NLOP, Hogwild Poker, Ace Play Poker. Club WPT is like a subscription site, but you can get a membership there for free. You send in a postcard or whatever. So I would support it, JPM. I think that there's a big difference between play money poker and play money poker for real money. I actually think that there's the same difference. Like if you're playing play money poker for a real prize, or you're playing micro stakes poker, I think that the level of play is pretty much the same for those two. So I actually feel like play money poker for real money and real prizes is an excellent way to sharpen your skills. The problem comes when you're trying to play Zynga poker where there's really nothing at stake and people really don't care. But once you put something
miss Zynga.
at stake...
That reminds me, I should be on my farm right now. Sorry.
Yeah. Once you put something at stake, people play seriously, So I love those kind of sites. Stuff. Blue Star Theory saying, what do you think it would take for poker to make a comeback? Wow, Blue Star Theory. What do I think it would take for poker to make a comeback? I mean, right now, it's not like poker has gone away. It's still healthy. You look at the numbers for the World Series of Poker, and they were huge, but they were down. You look at the main event numbers, they were huge. It blows away 2003, blows away 2004, blows away 2005. Doesn't blow away 2006. Since 2006, I mean, that was kind of the height of poker, and it's been on a decline since 2006. What is it going to take for another big explosion? Well, I certainly think that,
That's it all your open face... Everybody's
it could
playing with you?
Yeah. A couple of invites.
Hi, I nuke your mom.
Guys, I'm going to go ahead and...
blah, blah.
I'm going to go ahead and add these games after this stream, and I'm going to blow you guys out of the water. You have no idea who you're playing against. Do you think Sean D was good at OFC? Let me introduce you to Dutch Boyd, OFC champion. Yeah. And so we got Tillman saying, one of your stream followers want to play. Absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and add all these after the stream, you guys. Wow. Big funny money just making the overcall like that. Back-to-back is just sitting here like, now what? Beautiful. Look at back-to-back. Just being like, okay.
Go back-to-back.
Our win getting in there with ace-7 against back-to-backs pocket kings. Big funny money decides to overcall.
And he was like, yes.
And back-to-back is like,
He's like,
get it in there. Nice hand. Beautiful hand.
he's chip leader, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be. He's got 90,000 in front
Yeah,
of
he's
him.
chip leader.
He's looking pretty strong.
Like 30K.
Looking pretty strong, yeah. Look at that. 90,000 for a back-to-back, 60,000 for Watson. We also have King, Queen, Ace, Ace still in this tournament, right at 6th place. So, friend of the stream there. It's tempting to take a. It's really tempting to take a flop off with 9-7 suited. It's also tempting to raise there. And Karaj asking, is Jay Carver back to streaming? Jay Carver should be back tomorrow, I believe. I think he's coming back tomorrow. The king of Twitch. The one to beat.
The king.
The one to beat. And we're big fans of the Somerville stream here for sure. Wow, Luckbag's getting it all in there against big funny money. I wonder if 9-7 was actually good there. Gosh, big funny money. He's just gonna limp away his stuff, his stack. I'm gonna, you know what? We're actually close enough now that I'm gonna have to open up this other table. Take a look at what's going on. 7 out of 11 guys, pays 6. Anything below 6, then we're not getting anything. So just getting to the final table is not enough. And ace is up. Pizza and beer sounds pretty good. It's really going to depend on when it is. Well, let's go ahead and just check back. A little bit timid. I'd rather not. I don't want big funny money to feel like we're picking on him. So let's fire out now. So Rod Loblaw talking about the Sam Farah book. I love Sam Farah too, but I think that I actually think that some of Sam Farah's advice was just downright bad. I read the book. I was not impressed with the book. I think that there were certain things that he said which I think demonstrate some serious flaws in the way that he thinks about the game. I was really tempted to make a raise there. Gosh, now I'm tempted to just make a call. Luckbag's shoving here.
Oof.
Just giving him away, giving away those chips. Just giving you 1,600. Nice shove there, Luckbags.
So crap gone wild, or crap gone wrong, is 17, and he thinks that you are like a sage, a wise sage, and says that he loves playing poker, and he's pretty good at it. So.
Crap gone wrong. I'll tell you what. I look back at my own poker journey, and I remember when I was just getting into poker. I was actually a little bit older than you are. I was 17.
Is it NLOP with an E or no E?
NLOP.com is what
NLOP.
is one of those sites. I would actually probably recommend Hog Wild Poker above all of them. I like the software of Hog Wild Poker. It's kind of crazy. It's like a first person view of the table.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to download it because I'm gonna look at it too.
So I was 17, crap gone wrong, and I just got enamored with the game after watching Rounders, and then I just absorbed everything I could. Went to the library, checked out every poker book I could, read them all, watched all of the old World Series of Poker videos on Discovery Channel, and would pick up the TV guide and mark down when the Discovery Channel was showing their WSOP episodes. This is well before ESPN took an interest. And I remember guys like my heroes back then were guys like Lane Flack Daniel Negreanu, Huck Seed, Mike Matusow, Scotty Wynn. Phil Ivey actually wasn't even really a name player at that point. He didn't really start bursting on the scene until like 2002. Truthfully, it wasn't really until 2002 where I mean, he had won a bracelet before, but in 2002 he won either 2 or 3 bracelets, and then in 2003 he won either 2 or 3 bracelets. So by 2003, Phil Ivey was generally considered the best poker player, in the game, in the current meta. Before then, when I first started getting into poker, no one knew who Ivey was, but they knew who guys like Negreanu were. Huck Seed was a legend. Scotty Wynn, those kind of players. Noel Furlong. I'm not joking. These were the big names back when I was getting into it. And then you fast forward 5-6 years from there, and I'm actually running into players that I really looked up to, and it's pretty crazy. 10 years later, and I'm actually friends with several of them, and
Best friends.
Poker is a journey, and I wish you the best of luck on your journey. It's definitely something that can lead to some really great adventures and some good times. It can also lead to a lot of heartache. So stay in school, kid. Stay in school. Give yourself outs in life. You definitely want to have something that you can fall back on if you decide, if poker doesn't work out for you. If you're actually thinking about trying to make an actual career out of poker, it's definitely hard. And there's a lot of broken people who have tried to get into this game without success, but it can be really rewarding and fun. So where are we looking at, guys? I mean, 15, 16 big blinds here. Really kind of a tough stack to play. We're on the final table bubble. I'd kind of like that to burst, just so that we can get to the final table and figure out what to do and how to navigate through it.
Take over the poker room.
Look at this. We just got Crap Gone Wrong. Just subscribed. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for being here and being part of the crew. It means a lot to me. It truly does. And if it wasn't for you and all of you other subs, you guys are the best. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be streaming. We wouldn't be able to do this. Crap Gone Wrong, I'm going to go ahead and send you a DRM-free digital version of my ebook. I talk about all the time, Poker Tilt. Just kind of my way of saying thank you to you for clicking on the sub button. And the book, got some pretty good reviews. It, kind of about my, journey in poker. The
and when he turns 18 and he's able to play, you can play an 18, right? When you're in conceit, or is it 21?
We got Wide Doc the Great just donated $5. Laid off recently, but hopefully for a new job in the works. Promise I'll sub to you since you're a Jay Carver fan. Love your work, Dutch. Keep up the great work. Been playing poker for 7 years and never heard of MTT. What does it mean? So MTT is just an online term which means multi-table tournament. That's all it means. Right now we're playing an MTT. The World Series of Poker main event is an MTT. Anytime you have a tournament that's not a sit and go, it's a multi-table tournament. So MTT is as opposed to an STT, or a single table tournament, a sit and go. That's all it means. I guess also you wouldn't consider a satellite an MTT. Look at that. We got Will Boyd. Will Boyd, what's up, cousin? Good to see you, man. Just subscribing. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and send you that DRM-free digital version of my book for clicking on that sub button, and really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for being here in the stream, and for pulling out the wallet,
being part of the crew,
and saying, I'm going to support this content. I'm going to support these two people I see here. If it wasn't for
he's
you,
new actually. He's brand new to the whole
very first time he's
Twitch.
ever been here on the stream.
I think so. Yeah.
Well,
I think
welcome,
Twitch.
Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the crew. Will Boyd, our newest member of the crew, our newest subscriber to the stream. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate you being here. Really appreciate it. Oh, 55KK saying, do you think if online poker were legalized throughout the entire U.S., it would boost poker again? Do you think the U.S. will ever legalize online poker again? So back to that. Back to what could revitalize poker, and it's a really good question. I do think that legalizing online poker in the U.S. could be a Band-Aid, but I don't think it's going to actually like cure the problem, and the problem is this. Poker is a negative-sum game. There is more money being taken out than... from the operators than is being put in by anybody except for new depositors and losing players. So what ends up happening is you have kind of this endless chain problem where there's a hole. The rake hole is taking money out of the economy, and you've got to find more like new deposits and new losers to subsidize what's being taken out and to offset it. And how they've done that in the past is just refer a friend, out market, spread to Latin America, spread to China, spread to Europe, make more people interested in poker. But there's only a finite number of people who are on this world who are ever going to be into poker. So the real problem is not that we don't have enough people playing. The real problem is that the poker as an industry and as a game right now is unsustainable because it is so negative sum as far as money being taken out to operate. And I think the only way that can really change is if money is being added to prize pools, if money is being added to the economy like through things like sponsorships. Gosh, is this a shove? I don't think so. We've got 11 bigs. We got a really good position actually, because we're going to get into a nice spot where we get to shove over the top of Big Funny Money's limp, and we're going to be able to pick up, like 20-30% of our stack, usually without having to fade a flop. So I don't really feel like we need to get too out of line just yet, but it's getting to the point where we're going to have to make a shove because we're getting to that. I mean, we have 11 bigs right now. So that's how it needs to happen. How does that, in reality, how does that happen? And another thing is, like, if poker could become a positive sum game, then I don't think that you would see nearly as much resistance to it. If you look at the people who are against it, they're generally protectionists, people who are trying to protect.
Speaking of who's people's against this, we should show them our friend's video.
Yeah, the Tim James Show.
Yeah, the Tim James Show did a good expose, and it's coming out on the 19th, I think. The whole episode is.
Yeah, let's actually do the whole episode. We'll pop it up on one of the streams.
Okay, but I'll show them a teaser though.
You want to show them the teaser on the stream, or just link it?
Just link it. We'll link the teaser when it comes up in 4 minutes.
So the people who are
remind me, chat,
against poker,
whenever you're ready,
generally are protectionists who want to protect people from hurting themselves, right? Or religious rights who want to who see it as a sin against God. You've got economists who don't see it as actually producing anything of value. And who else? Well, I mean, the fight against online poker has been operators who see it as a threat to the little racket that they've gotten set up. See it as a threat to the monopoly that they have because of their physical location or what have you. If you make poker a positive sum game, if we could figure that out, then I think that it would take care of the protectionists. If we could remove poker from the gambling arena, where in order for something to be gambling, you have to be able to lose something. If we could take that out of the equation, then it's no longer gambling, and you lose the religious objections and the protectionist objections. You would only really have the monopoly objections, like the Sheldon Adelsons. Okay.
Which has a lot of money, by the way.
He has got a lot of money behind him, for sure.
So the video that the teaser trailer is 10 minutes long, so you guys can watch it later or now, but it's really good. So I recommend.
I think that there's some initiatives in the past that have failed, that have tried to do that. Things like the Epic Poker League, the Professional Poker Tour, Professional Poker League.
Well, isn't GPI doing the same thing?
Global Poker League is trying to do something like that in the future.
Well, hopefully it works. Maybe one of these are going to stick.
Maybe. And they need to.
Yeah.
We need to solve the underlying problem with why poker is dying. it's not so much because we can't play online as Americans. And if you actually look at the result of Black Friday, the fact is, guys, that for the vast majority of poker players in America, Black Friday was a good thing. 60-70% of poker players were losing a lot of money on online poker before Black Friday that they're not now. So it's a bad thing for a small a small minority of poker players, and it's a bad thing for the people who were losing and just enjoyed losing. But like,
but it's a hobby though too.
Most people are better
have
off.
Fun. It's a game, but it is a game like slot machines.
Sure.
I mean, people do that all the time.
And I'm not so sure that should be something that should be legal all over the place.
But some people enjoy that dopamine fix.
I gotta admit, you guys, I'm a bit of a protectionist myself. I understand the arguments that the bleeding heart protectionists throw out there as far as protecting people. I would like to see the state maybe shut down the lottery. I don't really think that's a positive thing. I would like to see, if I don't really love the fact that a lot of people are losing a lot of money in slot machines and Keno, and I don't really love that. But I do love this game of poker. I think that one of the problems with poker is that it was brought into the casinos. It doesn't need to be a gambling game, and it is, and it's. I don't want to knock poker, but I will knock gambling. And I think that one of the problems that we run into is that the people who are pushing for poker are the ones who are pushing for it because they are in the gambling industry, in the gambling business, and they see poker as a product that they offer alongside with blackjack and alongside with sports betting. And this is why you see, a Maya, for example, releasing, blackjack on full tilt. This is why we'll probably continue to see online card rooms trying to roll out other product offerings where they can make more money per user than they're making from poker. Anyway, enough of a rant. We're down to the wire here right before we're at a final table. I hope that answers your question as far as what I think could lead to another poker boom. And certainly, there's lots of band-aids that could lead to it. I think having Daniel Negreanu win the main event would have been really nice this year. Even making the final 9, we could have saw a little boom. Having California legalize online poker would be huge and could lead to a big poker boom. But in the end, until we address the core issue, which is that negative sum rake, that negative sum environment that poker is as a game in general, then the game's in trouble, for the same reason that I talked earlier about why Magic the Gathering Online is in trouble. We need to have a positive sum game before we get the 120,000 people who are watching League of Legends. That's just the fact. Big Funny Money making the stand with a King Jack, and that's going to do it for luck bags, I believe. Big Funny Money making the call for pretty much his whole stack with the King Jack offsuit. And we are at the final table. We'll see if maybe we can lose another person. We're going to be at 8 players. And we do. So 8 players, guys. And
are we at the final table?
We are at the final table.
I don't believe you.
We are. And I'll tell you,
impossible.
The problem here.
Oh, gosh.
The problem is that it doesn't pay until it gets to 6.
Ah!
And if you look at where we are at the final table, we are 8 of 8.
Damn it. Well, at least you'll break your 6. We should never even mention the name. We shouldn't even say 6 ever again.
Yeah. So getting 6th place is worth $250. Getting first place is worth 4 times that.
So getting first is better.
Getting, not bubbling is pretty important right now. But we are in a spot where we're really the target. We've got we've got a little over 10 bigs in front of us.
Oh, no. Are you drowning? Are you the drowning? Maybe we should have a drowning stack. A drowning thing, something drowning.
A drowning stack. We are kind of the drowning stack.
Like, what would be a good drowning thing?
I don't feel like we can get through Big Funny Money. I don't think that we can do it. I don't think that if we make the shove, he folds. I think he calls with his ace-6 or whatever.
Drowning. I hope you hit whatever you need to hit.
No, I didn't hit shit. Pretty much just giving up on this pot.
Oh man. Maybe
This is
maybe
where
it's
we
time for
hope
you to limp.
that back-to-back Todd Court, Nuts in Your Face, or Watson do not wake up with a huge hand. If they do, we hope that they think that 9s are a huge hand. It's a pretty big shove there, back-to-back. You've got a lot of chips, but we probably have the best hand. So he makes the fold, and we dodge a little bit of a bullet there.